Holy moly!
Bang, and there it is, right on cue.
Defending for their lives. The Prince Alfred stepped out of there. Dennis Dry's got it.
We about to make the ground. We've got to make this count. Take the ball and raise it now. Make the noise you're crazy loud. It's all moment, let me hear.
Jake Tucker's taken off.
They're a game of percentage clear. They sneak a win today.
Steve, you're outstanding, man. Well done. Congratulations on the flag.
Oh!
A bin chicken.
Your 2024 premiers, the Port District Football Club. Congratulations, you legends. You are the best team.
Welcome footy fans to Hisense Stadium. It is preliminary final day here in the BTR Excavations Division 1 Adelaide Footy League, and we have a mouth-watering contest coming your way here on Filming Footy. It is the Golden Grove Kookaburras taking on Rostrevor Old Collegians. Golden Grove finished second. They were in scintillating form prior to last week, where they had an unfortunate, disappointing outing against Port District, who booked their place in the decider, but thankfully for Golden Grove, they have the double chance and they'll be out for redemption today. For Rostrevor, they're in outstanding form, winning 9 out of their last 11, and they're the Old Collegiate killers over the last couple of weeks, knocking off Sacred Heart and St. Peter's in the process on their way to today's preliminary final. Should be an outstanding game. Both teams are extremely even across defence, midfield and attack. Should be an absolute cracker. And with thanks to our sponsors for bringing you today's game, High Five e-bikes, Jag Meatworks, Custom by ITC, Kimberley Resorts, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archies, and of course Filming Footy. This is preliminary finals here on Filming Footy. Welcome footy fans to Hisense Stadium, preliminary final day here in the Adelaide Footy League. To my left is the boundary rider today, Jad Gosson. To my right, the footy encyclopedia, that is Adam Jeffries, who knows a thing or two about coaching in big Division 1 finals. Welcome to both of you this afternoon.
Yeah, looking forward to this contest. It's going to be a ripper.
Can't wait. Beautiful weather and a great contest, as you said, Adam, and it's going to be a big one.
Going to start with you, Jad. Straight off the top, mate, Keith Sims medalist Jake Pittman. Who goes to him today?
High Five e-bike winner as well. Wonderful player. He's won many medals along the ground. I think transfer for him because they're both beasts in the middle. They're both bulls. They'll go at it one-on-one, and transfer's not afraid to get physical, which you sometimes need to do with a big key midfielder like Pittman.
Adam, no home ground advantage in preliminary finals in Division 1. Who does it favour today here at Hisense?
Yeah, I think Golden Grove will like this deck, but Rostrevor will have no fears as well. So, yeah, Golden Grove, they love the big deck. Their ball movement is elite, and it's a still day today, isn't it? We saw them try to pick off the short passes in the windy conditions last week. Didn't quite work. I think today we'll see them maintain the ball and go coast to coast many times. So, Golden Grove will have no fears playing out here today.
Sensational weather overhead, Jad. You might get more of a tan today down on the boundary.
Much better than last week. I couldn't hear you guys in the headphones last week. It was so loud. It's definitely short weather, isn't it, Adam? And it's such a good weather here to look forward to a good game. And like you guys said, Golden Grove with the short passing last week didn't work. This week they'll be loving this weather, and I am too, actually.
Adam, what do Rostrevor have to do to cause another upset and book their place against Port District next week?
Yeah, just like we've discussed, stop the ball movement. I think they'll be good in the contest. They'll be structured around the ground. They've got depth around the ground. They've got their tail up. Stop the ball movement, create turnovers, and maybe get the spare back in front of Pascoe as well. Don't let the big fella kick a bag today. They can't be beaten by what they know.
Stick around, footy fans. The toss of the ball coming right up after the ad break.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New Hyoketsu, vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Stand by 3, take care.
super impressed with Golden Grove this year. Like I said, they're a team that finished 5th last year, and they don't have two of their superstar players that played last year on the park at the moment, and they're playing off for a spot in the grand final. So I think they've found a better team system this year. I think they're defending better. And I think, you know, been super impressed with them all the way through. You know, 12-game winning streak and a 16-point loss on a windy day at Port Districts. Like I said, they didn't disgrace themselves last week. They're heading a lot of forays forward for Port Districts, but I think they need him to hit the goal sheet today as well. He needs to be an attacking wingman at times as well.
Yep.
Drift down the fat side and look to get on the end of a few as well, because his opponent won't be able to go with him in the air. So keep an eye out for that today.
13 marks as well last week for Liam Verity, along with that stack of disposals that he had. The main man down there, Lenny Pascoe, 92 goals. He averages 6 marks inside forward, 50 per game. So this wide open deck should suit them if they can get their run and carry and their speed of ball movement going.
I think the whole competition's willing him on to 100 goals, apart from Rostrevor supporters actually, but apart from that, everyone's willing him on. He'll probably need 2 matches to do it, I think, Jack. I can't see Rostrevor allowing a full forward to kick 8 goals today, as we see Golden Grove enter the arena, and they've got some excited fans and excited B-grade teams. There's a big contingent of Golden Grove people here today. I think the whole suburb's driven down here. I couldn't get a car park, so thanks to that Golden Grove, they brought the whole suburb down here. There's a big crowd here, but yeah, I hope that Pascoe kicks a few today, and like I said, he'll need 2 weeks though to get to the ton. 8 away. I feel like he's capable of kicking 4, 5, 6 today. I don't think Rostrevor will allow him to kick 8.
Yeah, probably agree with you there. 8's a massive ask in a big, tight final against a really good, diligent defensive team in Rostrevor. And you spoke about the fans here. It is packed here at Highsend Stadium. We've got Golden Grove supporters mainly to our right and Rostrevor supporters mainly to our left. So very even spread. As we thank some of our sponsors today for the broadcast. So we'll do that after. The Rostrevor team lineup unchanged. That just goes to show how good they're going.
Yeah, that's good for them, isn't it? If you're not changing your team in the finals, things are going very, very well. There's normally an injury or someone's lost form. They've just got a super consistent 22. Where I think they get under everyone's guards is their medium-sized marking players, Jack, like Best, Boxer. They're really, really good marks. Yeah, Kemp's another one. They've just got good medium-sized players across the park. They don't rely on their tools. They don't really rely on anyone, do they? They rely on 22 people getting the job done. So I've been super impressed with Rostrevor. And remember, they're up from Division 2 last year as well. So you can't be anything but impressed with their season. In the ground level game, I wouldn't expect Rostrevor to bite off too much too early.
Quick little stat here. Versus the top 6, Rostrevor, only once they've scored more than 80 points, but over 50% of games they've conceded less than 60 points. So that tight, contested, defensive style of game. Do you see them keeping Golden Grove to less than 60 today?
That's a big ask, isn't it? And that's why probably for mine, Golden Grove are favourites today. Rostrevor need to keep a team to 60, 70 points to win. I can't see Rostrevor coming out here and kicking 100+ points, Jack. It's probably not on their agenda. So they need to lock the game down, which I think they can, and I think they will.
As the Rostrevor Old Collegians do make their way out onto the ground around about 5 minutes before the bounce, we'd like to thank our sponsors for bringing you today's broadcast and each and every broadcast of Division 1 throughout the whole season here on Matchday Live. High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ORTC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archie's, and of course, Filming Footy. Adam, I think it would be remiss of us not to give a little shout out to Jake Pittman, Keith Sims Player of the Year, Association Medal winner during the week.
Yeah, I spoke to him on the ground at halftime of the reserves, congratulated him. Yeah, he was a bit humble actually. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm just sort of friendly with the umpire." I said, "Yeah, you accidentally get 30 5. Now he hasn't got his running mate Glenn on the field. He still had 27 disposals last week, Jack. We thought he was quiet.
Heavily tagged
And kept him to 27. So he's a guy, and I would expect Rostrevor to maybe go one-on-one or maybe try and shut him down. Like if I'm coaching against Golden Grove, I'm probably trying to stop it at the source and frustrate him a little bit. But yeah, congratulations. 35 votes, unbelievable season by him.
Across the season, the last 3 meetings, should I say, and last 4 actually, a couple of years ago in Division 2, Golden Grove have got the chocolates in all 4 meetings. The most recent one, of course, in round 17. Only a few weeks ago, Rostrevor led by 15 at 3/4 time, and they led by around about 15 very, very late on into that game, and Golden Grove stormed home, and Cam Shenton kicked the long bomb, and then Connor Dodd iced the game for the Kookaburras, which saw them sneak into second spot. Adam, as both sides are in the middle of the ground, both captains, should I say, Jake Pittman and Stefan Lanzoni. What a season Stefan Lanzoni's had as well. And we'll cross down to Jad Gosson, who is on the boundary, going to take you through the coin toss.
Yeah, beautiful weather down here as opposed to last week. No wind to speak of. It's 18 degrees. It probably feels a bit warmer here on the ground as we see the captain, of course, Jake Pittman of Golden Grove, winning the toss, kicking to the right of your screen. The ground conditions as well, beautiful, professionally done grass here, and it's a big oval. Just walking out to the middle, you see just how big it is. My tip for this one, it's going to be tight. I'll go Golden Grove by just 10 points, but back to you guys in the box.
Very good, Jad. Very good tip, and we will get into our tips as well, Adam. How do you see this game going over 4 quarters?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of Rostrevor, but like you said before, Jack, I don't know how they hold Golden Grove to 70 points or under today on a perfect day for football. So Golden Grove by 3 goals for me, but big fan of Rostrevor. Should be a great game.
Agreed. Massive fans of Rostrevor and what they're doing. I think we're seeing something special happen beyond our very eyes, but I do think it might stop today. I think Golden Grove will get the job done in an absolute nail-biter. And the reason why I say this, Adam, I think both midfields are very even, both forward lines are exceptional, but I do think Golden Grove's defence is slightly better. I think they'll be able to restrict the forwards of Rostrevor, and the way that Golden Grove can move the footy, I think they'll just be able to score a bit bigger of a score to get the job done today.
Yeah, I think some of their defenders are underrated. Thatcher's an underrated player, isn't he? He's not, a big name ex-AFL player or anything, is he? But he's a guy you'd love to have in your football team. Intercept marks, spoil all day. And I do think Pascoe at full forward today will be a handful for Rostrevor as well. Let's see how they play it.
I dare say we'll definitely see Tranfer and Wharton in at the first centre bounce. Ryan Lim potentially for Rostrevor, and for the Kookaburras, Pittman and Cavallaro. It's just going to be an absolute tussle in there all afternoon. Absolutely cannot wait for it here on Filming Footy. The bounce of the ball only seconds away. Look at those shots there from Sir James Moody.
Sorry, Jack, to interrupt you. You'd love to have a mic on Tranfer and Cavallaro out there, wouldn't you? It's a couple of the best sledges in the competition, I reckon. Be real good fun out there.
They would be. A couple of players just going to chuck on watch a little bit, I reckon. From a Golden Grove point of view, they couldn't get their game going last week, and a few of the half forwards were a little bit quiet compared to their lofty standards. McKelvey didn't get on the score sheet last week, but he's kicked 2 goals in 4 of his last 6, so I think he's one of those live wire forwards along with Banwell and Collins. Looks like Josh Habel's lining up at half forward as well, plenty of pace. So they'll look to get involved early and provide plenty of pressure high up the ground.
The other player that stood up in defence last week was someone we forget about mentioning, is Cam Shenton, the guy that's played AFL football as a defender. He's been used in different areas of the ground so far this season. We've seen him play as a mid, as a half forward, but for mine, he's a fantastic third defender. He can roll across, intercept mark, and kick a long ball out of the D50, which is what they need. If Shenton can intercept and kick the ball along to Verity on the wing, they'll be away quickly.
Looks like Josh Dobie's the third banana in there for the Kookaburras. He was playing back last week, but with Liam Simon coming into the team, just shifted him up the ground. He's a tough competitor, and it looks like he's standing next to James Wharton, so that could be a tight tag, I reckon, there, Adam.
And you can see the size mismatch of Verity playing on the wing again. He's going to be a mark target all day, so look out for Verity. We'll have a marks tally going there.
What's going through Damien Boots' mind? We just saw him in picture.
Yeah, he already changed that wing matchup. He had a small out there. They've changed the wing matchup. He'll want his players to have a lot of pressure early in this game. All yours, Jack.
Ball up. First clearance for the Kookaburras. Kick smothered by Jake Pittman as a hush rings around Hisense Stadium. All of a sudden, the nerves have kicked in for all the supporters. Butterworth clears. Simon, first involvement. Got a dodgy bounce, but he's first onto the scene. Back feed. always where Cam Shenton is. Bites off one in the centre. Robinson, clean collect. Cavallaro with some time. Straight down the guts. McKelvey caught behind. Good work, DeMatteis. It's all Rostrevor here at this ground ball. And it's Will Mead streams through. Robinson. Pittman's got one more. He kicks inside 50. Good work by Banwell on the ground to bring it to ground. DeMatteis thought he was impeded. Umpire said no cigar, and I'll have it.
They're little things you need from players like Banwell. Just bring the ball to ground. It could have been an easy intercept mark, and it's back the other way. Now they get a stoppage in a dangerous area of the ground.
It is just inside 50. Slater doing the ruck work. Off hands, Wharton to Mead. Straight down the guts. McCormack onto it for Rostrevor. Lanzoni high up and under. Thatcher and Wakeland. And Thatcher will mop that up all day long. He put himself under pressure. Harassed as he kicked. Horskins gets there before the boundary. Just.
Probably the only area of his game that needs to tidy up, Thatcher. He just needs to take that extra half second or two when he does take the intercept mark. He's always looking to rush. Just needs to compose himself, not turn the ball back over.
Wide open start, 90 seconds in here at Hisense. Preliminary final day in the Adelaide Footy League. Pittman forced the turnover from Lim. Cavallaro clears. Stepic edged out Slater. He turns back inside. Dangerous. Habel. Good spoil on Niskransky. Habel mops it up. Short ball. Pascoe couldn't take it on the half volley. Stepic there to mop up. Got a handball away. Dawson turned inside. Dangerous. Verity. Swanbury with a bit of poise. Short ball. Comes to ground. Wharton head over it. Stepic again. Umpire found holding on, but they're going to play on Rostrevor. Great mark.
A few nervous moments in the back 50 there for Rostrevor, but they get out and they look like they're away here.
They are. Kemp and then off to Lim. He loves a run and carry. Thatcher read it best. Bright start for both teams here. Cavallaro has Verity, but goes over the top. Habel's in an acre of space. He's got McKelvey running for him. He's also got Pascoe in a one-on-one. It's a good kick and an equally good spoil. Banwell off hands for the first of the day. How does it bounce? It's through and he loves it.
Yeah, good call by you, Jack. It was a great spoil away from Pascoe, wasn't it? But where a small forward would be, if I was named small forward, I'd be front and square to Pascoe all day because that's where the ball's going to go. And that's what Banwell did. It was a nice composed snap as well. So well done to him. You get
Initially fumbled.
Yeah, but you get the rewards. He made the contest in the air before. Sometimes the ball bounces your way, but it was a good snap. Good start for Golden Grove. They've had 4 inside 50s to 1 so far.
Slight ping-pong style of game, Adam, but Rostrevor just haven't got it quite deep enough, have they?
No, they haven't had any deep entries and be able to lock it in. Not the game style they'll want. Ball pinging around everywhere. That'll suit Golden Grove.
And Thatcher already with a couple of intercept marks as well, so that's one to watch. Wakeland's going to have his hands full doing the defensive stuff as well as trying to kick some snags today for Rostrevor. Cavallaro, clean to the recent goal kicker. Gets it before the boundary. Clever handball over the top to the running Horskins. Little chiseler, Slater. Tight angle. Turned his back. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, a little bit too easy out of the stoppage, to be honest. The problem was Banwell collected the ball and the Golden Grove player was next in, outnumbering. Slater's a bit quiet last week, tricky for the third tall forward, but he's normally a neat shot for goal. But deep in the pocket here as he's come around on the arc.
He has Mitch Slater. Does it drift through? Butterworth doing what a good ruckman should and knocks it over the line.
Yeah, fast start for Golden Grove now. That's 5 inside 50s to 1. That's 2 centre breaks to 0. We saw this against Sacred Heart 2 weeks ago, didn't we, with Rostrevor? A little bit slow to start.
We did. Last week it was a bit more even. That howling breeze across all of Adelaide. It was a ping-pong style of game there too. In the first half, there was no goals to the left of screen in that game. Adam?
Yeah, wow, I wasn't aware of that, but it was a very, very windy day last week. So Dawson with the football, who liked to use it short, takes a risky ball.
Great mark by Butcher. Held strong. Short ball. Kemp. It is Kemp. Saw Swanbury, but didn't look to go there inside. Invited pressure, and Slater, good spoil. Beetle is his nickname. Habel is his last name.
But good pressure, though. by Golden Grove. That's forced it. You can see, obviously, Rostrevor just to settle the nerves, want to maintain the ball, chip the ball around. They don't have the big bailout tall forward to go to. I'm surprised that they wanted to maintain so much. Maybe just get the ball in their front half and try and lock it in.
Wharton away, got some separation, and he took some ground to a one-on-one. Ingram did well to spoil in front of McCormack. Lanzoni off hands, snapping ball to no one in particular. Thatcher is going to be harassed by McCormack. Run down. Umpire said he got a handball.
Paid
And
a
he
push
also...
in the end. Great pressure by McCormack, though. Got past the Shepherd, a little bit unlucky. Great pressure by the big fella, though.
I've worked this out to Xanthopoulos on the outer side. Just in a holding pattern at the moment. Banwell drifted into a pocket, turns inside. It's a high up and under to Tomney. Mead did well to spoil. Banwell's going to get it back. No, ball just eludes him. Horskins to Pittman. Driving ball. Collins is out. So's Pilkington on a short pass. Collins opts for goal. And he's put it through. Lightning start for the Kookaburras.
Yeah, he called it early, Jack, about the ball just ping-ponging around. And like I said, I think that suits Golden Grove brilliantly. Pittman gets the ball to his boot quickly, doesn't he? And they had two players out the back there, Golden Grove, so they'd all run off to attack. The turnover happens, ball ping-ponging around, and that's a little bit too easy for Golden Grove. They just need to steady. He maybe could have gone short, but I don't mind. If you're a Division 1 player, you're 40 metres out running directly at the goal, kick the goal. So well done to Golden Grove. That is a fast start for them officially now.
And Jad Gosson on the boundary. What have you seen early, mate?
Yeah, great atmosphere down here. Plenty of crowd as well involved in this match. And not just that, it is quite warm down here. Last week I was worried about getting blown away. This week, worried about getting sunburned. But we'll see how that affects the players as the game goes on.
Hopefully you've got your sunscreen on down there, mate. Butterworth and Robinson. Butterworth down to Wharton, who's harassed. Got a handball out. It's almost like a racetrack in the middle of the ground there, Adam. The sand puffing up in everyone's face.
It's a little bit dusty, like the trots, puffing the dust up. Oval's in pretty good nick, but it's pretty bare as well in some places.
Beautiful conditions here at Hisense Stadium this afternoon. Dawson, clean hands to Wharton. He's had a couple of clearances early. To a one-on-one. Niskransky read it well and took a great mark. About 80 from home. Short ball. That's Baldwin.
Again, slow, methodical build-up. They don't want to go fast. They want to control the tempo. That goes into the pocket.
They've kicked along to a pack. Wakeland tried to fly.
I don't mind that play in the end, though. Now they get a stoppage right at their end of the ground, and they can just start to control the tempo a little bit. And they're probably more likely to score from a stoppage than a mark inside 50 at the moment.
Compared to last week, Adam, obviously Golden Grove conceded heavily in the first quarter. This is a start they would have wanted.
Oh, 100%. They Port District kicked 3 goals in the blink of an eye last week, didn't they? A bit like the Hawks last night, but
don't.
Much better start.
Tomney waited for it, and Butcher said, I'll have it. Now it's come to Dawson, who kicks a high up and under. Wakeland on the chest.
Yeah,
Protected the drop zone very well.
Now it's about the goal kicking for Wakeland. He's been a bit inconsistent at times, hasn't he, with his goal kicking. He'll just need a little nerve settler here. Like I said, Golden Grove have officially had the fast start. It's their first mark inside 50 for Rostrevor on their third entry. Like I said, Wakeland, he's had a fantastic season overall, hasn't he? Many highlights.
Yep.
His team desperately needs a straight kick here and a nerve settler.
29 goals for the year, Finn Wakeland. 3 goals last week. And he was one of those that turned the momentum Rostrevor's way to secure their spot in today's preliminary final. And this for their first 9 minutes gone on the Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard. Pushes it to the far side. So disappointing slightly for Finn Wakeland and the Rockers.
Yeah, we saw that again 2 weeks ago, didn't we, against Sagar? It was dominant early in that game, Wakeland, but couldn't kick him through the big sticks till the last quarter. So Peter will be happy to get his hands on the ball. Now Rostrevor need to lock the ball in. They'll come out wide on the kick out Golden Grove.
Xanthopoulos down the line. Good spoil, McDonald brought it to ground. Hable, clever tap. Cavallaro. Umpire says play on.
Just a bit blindsided there, the umpire, and what I like is them not guessing, Jack, and going with crowd noise. Didn't see it. Balled the ball up. Good umpiring.
Collins is with Wharton now. He's busy early. Was James Wharton. Collins didn't get a handball away. Wharton now onto it. So's Murata. Tomney. The reserves. Keith Sims medalist. Back-to-back as well. Adam Jeffries, number 8 there for the Kookaburras.
Yeah, there you go. Well done to him.
He's played a fair bit of A-grade footy in that time too, so he's won it with playing minimal footy in the B-grade. So a great talent and one the Kookaburras want to keep a hold of. Golden Grove Jr. Cavallaro got one hand free, and there's the not guessing factor, Adam. He had plain good sight on that one.
Yeah, good umpiring, and you can see Rostrevor now, they've just settled, haven't they? Their pressure around the ball's better, repeat stoppages, not letting Golden Grove move the football in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
This is Tramford's first involvement. Shoot was the recipient of the holding the ball free kick. Tumbling ball inside 50. Wakeland flies off hands. Payne onto it for the Kookaburras. So's Collins. Didn't have it. Umpire didn't guess and called play on. Pilkington, McDonald now. Surges away. Robinson brought it to ground. Sensational work by the big man. How does this bounce? Favourably for Damon Stepic. And they are out potentially here, Rostrevor. DeMatteis chips over to Butcher. Got a shocking bounce, and the Kookaburras could be away. Lenny Pascoe is out if Tomney can turn. Horskins now. Time. Over the top. Lenny Pascoe and Darcy Best.
Yeah, the option was on there, but he just missed it. And there was a nest of Kookaburras, wasn't there, around that ball?
I like that one. I like that, Adam.
Thank you very much, guys. But as soon as that ball hit the deck, it was going to end up in Pascoe's hands, wasn't it? We could see the play unfold from the grandstand here. First look at goal number 93 on the season.
Just seen a couple of shots from that side of the ground, Adam. They have hung up a little bit in the air, so he's going to have to kick through it.
Yeah, but he's certainly capable of kicking 50, this guy.
Lenny Pascoe from right on the paint. Just falls short, stayed in as well, and they get it through for a minor score to Rostrevor.
Good call by you there, Jack. You could see that just holding up a little bit there. Normally Pascoe would clear the line from 49, 50 metres, not on that occasion.
He's not kicking to the downhill end at Harper's Field anymore to get that extra yardage. Stepic. Turnover. Cavallaro. Verity's out the back. So's Pascoe. Verity from the side.
He's going to play on quickly.
Terrible kick. Now, Tramford's away for Rostrevor. Can he find a target?
Oh.
Over the back. Boxer. Spilt it. Missed out on the car there, Jet Boxer. Haven't we seen that so many times? Cavallaro, that is sensational. Piercing ball. Goodness me. Michael Cavallaro take a bow.
Yeah, that is fantastic play by Cavallaro. Firstly, the courage, and then the piercing ball to the full forward leading out. Love to see a replay of that. Sometimes the high, nearly the specky of the year out in that far wing as well, but that's fantastic play by Cavallaro early in this match. Pascoe again, another chance at goal number 93.
Kicked 8 goals versus Rostrevor in season 2025. Make that 9. And the Kookaburras are away.
Yeah, that'll feel good for Pascoe. Didn't really get into the game till the second quarter last week, did he? But that's all down to Cavallaro. Good finish by Pascoe, but Cavallaro's fantastic courage to go back and take that mark and then laser a pass onto the full forward's chest. Well done to him. Nervous start by Rostrevor. They're competing hard. We've seen this 3 or 4 times this year, but they're just overdoing it with the short pass. Can't clear the ball out, refusing to go long as we head down to the boundary. Jad.
Yeah, the teammates of Golden Grove going around of Cavallaro, give him a high five, almost like he kicked the goal after that one, so congrats to him. Pascoe first on the ladder for the goal kickers. Second and third is actually from Rostrevor. McCormack and Lanzoni, a long way behind the 92, 42 and 39 respectively. And Verity in 6, so plenty of the top goal kickers in this match today.
Certainly is, Jad. All of those guys have had excellent seasons, but they'll feel almost like they haven't done too much this year compared to Lenny Pascoe with 93 goals. Golden Grove do well there to regain possession. And it's with Kane Horskins. Thatcher now, driving ball to the top of the 50. And that's Darcy Best's first win of the day on Lenny Pascoe. Geez, he's got his hands full, but he's a good player, Darcy Best.
Let's see what they do here, Rostrevor now. Are they going to be obsessed with the short pass, maintaining the ball? I don't know why they won't go long at times. The opposition, Ruckman Robinson's not a great intercept mark, is he, Jack? So I don't think they have that fear there. They just want to maintain the ball here. As we can see, another turnover from Rostrevor. Can Golden Grove make him pay?
McKelvey, and Pascoe's out the back, and he's going to take it on his chest. Every time they turn it over, Pascoe gets on his bike.
Yeah, he reads the cues. uncharacteristic from Dawson there. Probably his worst kick of the year. It's normally laser by foot. Pascoe's pretty good on the snap usually.
It's a high up and under, and it's across the face. How does it fall? Best. Jackson Thomas, should I say, spoils that one.
Just hit the wrong side of the ball. But yeah, but they need to have a look at this Rostrevor. Like I said, if they're going to try and kick the ball short all day, the turnovers are going to kill them. But we called this is exactly what the game looked 2 weeks ago, didn't it, Jack? And they were down early to Sacred Heart, and they fought their way back, so they won't panic.
Verity doing the rucking. Pittman on all fours. Got a handball out. Pilkington, Hable, sold a bit of candy, invited pressure. Ball in dispute.
Surprised Hable didn't try and get the ball on his boot there. There's often not very much room around these forward 50 stoppages where you'll see 25 plus players around. Quickly get it on the boot, through the goals or to the top of the square.
Golden Grove got 2 spare behind the footy here, so plenty of Rostrevor players inside their defensive 50. Dobie gets held up by Murata. Cavallaro just on the back of the stoppage here, unopposed as well. This could be dangerous if it does fall that way. Comes forward, Dobie again held up.
It's clever play by Cavallaro. There's no point in running into that contest when there's 20 people around the ball. You can't do any damage, but if the ball does spill out, you can do some damage.
Lanzoni, the forward, has been forced to man him up. So they're pushing very high up, Rostrevor, to defend this. That's 3 in a row. Murata has tackled Dobie. It's one for the stats people out there. Verity taps down, got the ground ball. Dodd, handball intercepted, but it's been brought back to ground. Golden Grove are dogged in their defensive efforts at the moment. Clever tap on by Boxer. Thatcher's trying to mop up. He's harassed. Slater has time. Swanbury takes it on the chest. And they are away here, Rostrevor. It's with Dawson, your man. We won't see him turn it over twice, will we? We have. Just mozzed him.
No, got the lucky free kick there.
Transfer shifts it to the outer side. Dawson's working hard over the top here. Goes over his head. Thatcher, that's intercept mark at number 3. Again, just inviting some pressure. Shenton, cool in a crisis, but not a great kick. Swanbury. They turn inside, James Wharton. The 50's open for Jet Boxer to run into. But he goes short. Verity couldn't quite hold on. Swanbury did. Lim with time. Doesn't make the distance. Cavallaro.
He's had a great start to this game, Cavallaro. We've seen him set up goals one end, and then he's back on the last line of defence, taking intercept marks in front of the full forward. Well done by him. Playing with a little bit of an injury today, I still think Cavallaro pretty brave out there at the moment.
Yeah, but he was very brave last week in the qualifying final. Dodd slips through his hands. Tomney tried to mop up, but Lamb Simon does. Awkward looking handball. Plenty of Rocks players there, but it's socked forward. Who gets there first? Stepic, McKelvey, Stepic. Thomas streaming away. Lim, Ken steady now. Takes some ground. Great ball, straight down the guts to Bradford. Invited pressure with a handball. Transfer now. Shrugs a tackle, back to Lim. Lim's been good early. Transfer was held after he got rid of the ball. Lucky for Rostrevor. Slows it, the play down temporarily.
Needs to go long and strong here. They may not mark the ball, but they just need some field position.
Goes to the pocket. Boxer, we know he likes to fly.
Might get a free kick here. Just some pretty heavy body work coming on the... Is it McCormick's going to get the free kick maybe? Tried to fly in from the side. Yeah, it's McCormick's ball. They just need a settler here, don't they, Rostrevor? Like I said, we've seen this this before from them, a slow start, some overuse of the football, and then they just grind their way back into the game. But they don't want to get too far behind against a potent Golden Grove team, so they need a straight kick from there, full forward here.
And a straight kick is what Tommy McCormack normally provides. 42 goals, 16 this year, 3 goals last week. And Sir James Moody is right behind this one on Filming Footy. Rostrevor crowd are hushed in angst. And then they sigh. Out on a full.
He was a little bit worried about the distance there, wasn't he? He came on a heavy arc out to the right and just dropped the ball to the inside of his foot. McCormick, again, they just can't get the settler, can they? They're in this game, they're in this contest, they're doing well with their pressure and their stoppage work. Just a couple of turnovers. All 3 Golden Grove goals have come from direct turnovers so far.
And they conceded, Golden Grove, last week, 9 out of their 10 goals that Port District kicked from turnover. So they're giving back a little bit of their own medicine from last week to Rostrevor here. So good response. But as you said, Rostrevor are still around. They've evened up majority of the play from about the 8-9 minute mark. And we are into red time in this first quarter. Thatcher, nice ball, straight down the guts to Dodd. Normally a good user. Short ball to Cavallaro. To Hable. Patient build up, but they're not gaining much territory. They could be away here. Simon, Cavallaro. Neat ball down the line to Robinson. That's a great kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's had a fantastic start to this game. Now they're in Pascoe territory here.
Yep, they are in Pascoe territory. From 3 deep, Lenny Pascoe did well to bring it to ground, not force an intercept mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had the sun in his eyes there, to be honest. It actually wasn't a bad pass in the end, but he saw the 3 Rostrevor defenders converging and was just happy to make the contest and get a spill. Forward 50 stoppage now for Golden Grove.
So a patient build-up from the Kookaburras, and now it's in their forward 50. Can they get a late one before quarter time? McKelvey, head over it, got it out. Wharton on all fours, Banwell, fired out a handball. Tomney, Verity, Pascoe in a one-on-one. Brought to ground and rushed through for a minor score.
Thought he nearly brought it in with the one hand there. Looking dangerous, isn't he? He was getting plenty of opportunities. That's 12 inside 50s to 6 so far in Golden Grove's favour.
An even 20-point ball game in this first quarter on Filming Footy. Boxer flies once again. We'll see that another 10 times, I think, this afternoon. Collins to Simon. Boxer did well. Collins. Shenton. Short ball to Simon. Took a nice catch in the gully. He's 55 from home, Lamb Simon. They might shift it around the back here. Xanthopoulos. Hable. Made to work. Did well to take it on the first bounce. Drives it inside 50. It's a shallow entry. Horskins did sensationally well.
Yeah, be disappointed there, Rostrevor, not to make the contest and spill that ball in. But again, that's their 5th mark inside 50 from 13 entries. So game's just on their terms. Rostrevor have had just little patches of that arm wrestle style that they like. But realistically, the game's been in motion most of the time, and that suits Golden Grove. Tricky shot for goal. We saw Pascoe from a similar range, didn't we, Jack? Not quite able to make the distance. Maybe kicking into a little slight breeze.
Kane Horskins in the best players last week in the qualifying final against Port District. This would start his day beautifully. Looks okay. But once again, hasn't quite made the distance from that far side. So a minor score, and it's a 21-point ball game. Rostrevor to the outer side once again. Horskins off hands. Drives it back inside 50. That's inside 50, number 14. Pascoe couldn't quite hold on. Banwell, head over it. Was he taken high? He tried to draw the high one. It's come out to shoot. Had time to take a bounce. Take a bit of territory. Short ball intercepted by Pittman. Umpire's called play on. Horskins. This should be intercepted. And it is.
They've got a lot of numbers back now, Rostrevor. You could see when that did try and exit before, he had no one to kick to. So as they've gone the switch ball again, the ball's on the deck. Is it going to be last touch?
What is the goal umpire seeing there on the line?
Verity's grabbed the ball and he's not even going to let him make a decision. So smart play by him.
Pittman.
That is really smart play by Liam Verity. The boundary umpire was caught 100 metres from that on the turnover, and he's just grabbed it and kicked it in and given them no chance. So smart play. As we see, the medalist will line up for goal from about 40, 45. Does he have the leg here?
This would hurt Rostrevor if this could go through before quarter time. From a turnover, execution, skill error. Could it prove costly? Jake Pittman, your Keith Sims medalist in Division 1 this year. Pushes it to the near side. Geez, did he have the journey?
Made the distance easily, but might just, obviously we're in the grandstand here calling the game, it's very still, but we're at ground level, weren't we, in the B grade game, Jack, and it was quite blustery. So we're seeing a lot of players struggle shooting for goal at both ends of the ground.
3-5 for the Kookaburras in the opening term of the preliminary final on Filming Footy. It's with Jackson Thomas for Rostrevor.
I think they need Wakeland to come up to the ball here, Jack, and just make a contest on a long ball. He's caught 2 kicks away here. I think they need him at that ball drop right there.
Yeah, and they had a small flying for the footy in Ryan Lim. Golden Grove nearly mop up, but it's with Lim. Now they're out here. Jet box up. Wakeland going to be caught in a 2-on-1. It's come to ground. Payne fired out a handball. He was under some heat too. Good handball. Simon, now Dobie. Golden Grove have all the answers at the moment. Pittman, not a great handball. Put him under pressure. Butcher, normally good by foot, and that's a laser to transfer.
Needs to roll and go.
He does, because Finn Wakeland's out. So is his captain, Lanzoni. Doesn't find him, but he's got time, just. He slaps it forward. McDonald there for the Kookaburras. It's still in, I don't know how, and it's finally gone out of bounds, and a missed opportunity there for Rox.
Yeah, huge missed opportunity there. The option was right, just missed the kick by half a metre, and now it's a stoppage. Like I said, they've just defended well and dodged a bullet here, haven't they, Rostrevor? And if they can score one before quarter time, won't be long to go here, they'll be pretty happy with that.
26.5 minutes gone. Inside Rostrevor's 50. Cavallaro gets the clearance. And Pittman finds Banwell. He's had a bright start to this game.
They'll be disappointed with that, Rostrevor. Just no pressure out of the stoppage there.
Yep. Verity high up the ground. Another mark for him. Not a great kick. No one was on the same wavelength there. And Rostrevor away through Ryan Lim. Not too sure how long's left, so they need to get it in. Wakeland gets some separation.
Yeah, it was a good kick to his advantage, wasn't it? He doesn't want to sit under a high ball, Wakeland, but if you just place the ball a couple of metres where he can just jump, use his body. Said it plenty of times, Jack, he's a great mark. This team's desperate for a settler here. He was a little bit nervous over this ball. We saw him have the big, long Michael Holding run up before. Just a little bit nervous on the set shot at the moment, but if he can just manage to put this somehow through the big sticks, I think Rostrevor have dodged a bullet in this first quarter.
Yeah, certainly. To go into quarter time under 3 goals, considering they haven't played great, would be a great result for Damien Boots. Finn Wakeland here. The quarter time siren has gone. Gets close to the man on the mark, but makes no mistake. Great work there from Finn Wakeland to just make that scoreboard look a little bit more respectable at quarter time. And it is quarter time here in the preliminary final of the BTR Excavations Division 1 Adelaide Footy League. It is the Golden Grove Kookaburras leading by 16 points.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HEC stat doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
The preliminary final, and Rostrevor, although losing by a few goals, it's almost like they're a bit more positive. They've got the momentum going into that final quarter-time break, so it's very interesting to see how they have the vibe, they have the upbeat mentality. As for Golden Grove, they're pretty happy with their quarter. They just want to take their chances, simple as that. Too many behinds when they had the shots at goal, so that's something for them to look out for in this second quarter. But back to you guys in the box.
Yeah, completely agreed there, Jad. A touch wasteful, had some great opportunities, didn't they? Had majority of the play, but they only find themselves 16 points up. Scores are 3-5-23, plays 1 goal, 1-7, and that goal was right on quarter time by Finn Wakeland. The other goal kickers, Banwell, Collins and Pascoe for the Kookaburras, all with singles.
Yeah, it's a strange thing we see with Rostrevor, isn't it? Like I said, they overuse the ball, they turn the ball over, they're under the pump in the first quarter. We see it every week, but they just defend and they dodge a bullet, they kick a late goal, and they'll be feeling good at quarter time despite really being beaten 15 inside 50s to 8 in that first quarter. So there's no panic from them. And for mine, maybe Golden Grove missed an opportunity there as well to put 5 or 6 on the board and really shut the door on Rostrevor. So I still think it's game on here. We've seen this plenty of times. It was 5 goals to 1 against Sacred Heart in the elimination final, wasn't it? And they fought their way back from that position. So they'll be feeling pretty good about it. I do think they still need to look at putting away some of the short passing. Like I said, Golden Grove's ruckman doesn't always get back and take intercept marks. They've got to back their forwards in one-on-one, just go to them to make a contest, get some better field position, because I still feel if the ball's pinging around all day, it does suit Golden Grove and they will get you out the back eventually. But Rostrevor dodged the bullet. Impressive by them the way they played that last couple of minutes, but Golden Grove impressed with some of their pressure. And Cavallaro, for mine, is best on ground so far, doing it at both ends of the ground.
Damien Boots and his team there. As you said, Adam, they've been in this position on more than one occasion, 10 out of 20 games. They've trailed at half-time, and historically slow starters.
You can see the players don't panic as well, don't you, Jack? They've been in this position so often. A lot of teams get 3-4 goals down early in a big final, and they'll start to get really jittery, but they almost are happy in this position. It's a strange thing to say, but no panic from Rostrevor at all. They'll look to win this quarter by a goal and just work their way back into the game.
Thatcher was also excellent for the Kookaburras down back. I thought Hable really inserted himself on the game. This big deck suits him. He had lots of bursts of speed in wide open paddocks. Swanbury, I thought, for Rostrevor was excellent behind the footy. Wharton and Tranford did what Wharton and Tranford do, and Ryan Lim, I thought, was exceptional.
Yeah, plenty of ball for both teams, prime movers, wasn't it? I was impressed with Lam Simon again, back into the team this week. Noticed him coming out of half-back with plenty of attacking flair as well.
Thanks to our sponsors for the broadcast today, and as they have done each and every single week of the Adelaide Footy League. High Five e-bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ORTC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archie's, and of course Filming Footy, where you are receiving the live stream on today. Hello to that fan in the crowd that was waving to Sir James Moody. Second quarter coming right up here on Filming Footy. Preliminary final day, no second chances for one of these teams come 5 p.m. this afternoon. And it's the Kookaburras who lead by 16 points.
Heavy fall for both ruckmen there in the sand trap, you called it. Plenty of dust there in the middle of the ground.
Robinson and Butterworth. Butterworth, got the upper hand on that occasion, and Dawson clears. It's inside 50 for Rostrevor. But they're away straight away, Golden Grove. Horskins has Simon running for support, and he has McKelvey on further afield. That's a great mark under some duress. Mitch McKelvey chips over the top. Horskins continued his run. He's got Robinson working for him down the line, making Butterworth do an unnecessary run and dragged him away.
Yeah, it's a good play actually by Robinson. Drag him up to the ball, get him away from this contest.
And he can't get there, Butterworth. So who can fly? A Rostrevor player did, but no free was found. Cavallaro holding the ball.
I think he almost interfered with his own player there, Rostrevor. Flew far too early, but interfered with his own teammate, so no free kick.
Jackson Thomas, another one of the defenders who was under some heat, but did well in that first term for the Rockers. Dawson, brave ball. Great mark, Will Mead.
Yeah, good call by you, Jack. That's an extremely brave kick. Mead had half a metre on his opponent, and Dawson backs himself to hit it.
He does. He's your man. Darcy Best now. So they haven't gone too far, Rostrevor. Swanbury overlooked. Butcher overlooked. And now they need Tommy McCormack to present. He's bundled over by Josh Ingram.
It's a good play by McCormack. He just dug his heels in and held the front spot. And Ingram's a stronger bodied player, just fell into his back. So it was good forward craft by McCormack. Good to see him come up the field to provide an outlet for his team. He anchors himself to the top of the square, Jack, but I like what he's done here. You need to give your team an outlet pass, and he's done that well.
And it probably gets him into the game a little bit earlier as well. In recent weeks, he's shown up in the second half just about. I mean that respectfully, of course. All of his goals have been in second halves.
Yeah, agree with that. So it's smart play by him.
Pittman just overrun it slightly, and Butcher runs away with it. Lanzoni now from 50. He's a sharpshooter. Not on this occasion. He might stay in.
I think Wakeland will be disappointed with that from Lanzoni. Sort of half going for goal, half kicking a Wakeland. He needed to either do one or the other. Smash the ball through the goals, or just do a little 9-iron to Wakeland, let him have a run and jump at the ball. A wasted opportunity there.
Plenty of fans here at Highside Stadium in the west of Adelaide. The city provide perfect backdrop for today's game. Plenty of sun about. Jad Gosson's getting a tan on the boundary. Handball's ill-directed, and it's going to be Rostrevor with the inbound, and they're going to go inside 50. Lanzoni and Dawson looked at each other. Lanzoni come up with it. Top of the square. McCormack overrun it. Simon, they all don't want it. They're just running past the footy. And Ingram.
I think we're going to get a ball up. There was a dangerous ground ball that nobody could get to. Lanzoni's so strong over the football in that pocket, wasn't he? He just gets in low, Gary Ablett Jr. style, and he just can't be tackled. Got the ball into a dangerous position.
Kemp and Robinson. Kemp won the tap down. They've kept it in here, Rostrevor. Cavallaro holds on to.
I think that's holding the ball.
That's how the umpire's seen it.
That's what I like about Cavallaro's game, right? He's an on-baller, but doing a lot of strong work in the defensive 50 for his team.
He's had a sensational year in 2025. Fourth for disposals in the comp. That one, not his greatest. Put his team out under pressure. Shoot with a bit of poise. To another star of the Division 1 competition, James Wharton. Chips to the ball, inside 50, Cavallaro, brave. Force the turnover, they clear. Banwell holds on. How do they want to move at this time, Golden Grove? Rostrevor have stopped the switch, sort of. They had a couple of players spare, but Xanthopoulos now sells a bit of candy. The Division 1 comparison to Andrew McLeod, says a few of his teammates, but that's not a great kick. Stepic. Dawson. He's had plenty of it.
Yeah, he always does. I think he come up with 32 touches last week as well, Dawson. So he's their go-to man, the old school quarterback. Put in his hands and he'll use it.
Pumps it long. Just outside 50, the ball will sit. And sitting in the hole, Michael Cavallaro.
The ball is just following him at the moment, isn't it?
Pilkington's out here. Great kick from Ingram. Slater's providing a run to his left. But I think the recipe might be get it into Lenny Pascoe. Put himself under pressure. Short ball. McKelvey.
Good composure in the end, wasn't it? I thought he wanted Pascoe in the pocket. Man on the mark did a good job of cutting that off. He just kept his head, didn't he? Didn't blaze it to the Rostrevor spares. Went in short. Good play by Pilkington in the end.
Mitch McKelvey here. Quiet last week, but prior to that was in some elite form. 2 goals in each of 4 out of the last 6 games, and best players versus Rostrevor in round 17, so good history. And he shanks it out on the full.
Yeah, I think that's a disappointing result, but what we're underestimating here, we're seeing a lot of it, aren't we, Jack? Goal kicking is tricky, so there's a little bit of a blustery breeze down there, not really favouring any end, just going across the ground, making it tricky on the ball drop.
Rostrevor exit was overcooked, and it's found its way to Pascoe, tight in the pocket.
Pascoe will be keen on a shot, but even his eyes are darting here. He knows this is going to be a very, very tricky shot for goal, but if nothing's opened up, a guy of this caliber's capable. He's kicked plenty of these this season.
Averages 8.5 shots a game. It's extraordinary. Can he put it through the big sticks? Lenny Pascoe. It's trying to come back, but it's off hands for a minor score. First score on the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard in this second term. Took 6.5 minutes.
Now taken 8 marks inside 50 to the game to Rostrevor's only 2. So they'll need to tidy that stat up a little bit if they can, Rostrevor.
Thomas shanks a kick. Beadle. Hable. Good spoil out of bounds.
I'm not sure if Hable wanted to mark that ball or not. He wasn't sure if it was touched off the boot, but they get the stoppage. Golden Grove on their half-forward line.
Good result for Golden Grove. It's locked in their front half. Tomney streaming through, but he's met equally as hard by James Wharton.
It was a great tackle by Wharton, wasn't it? You see a lot of players can get through. He really steamed through. Full-chested tackle on that occasion.
Butterworth gets in front of Robinson, but spilt it on the way out. It's with Lim on all fours. James Wharton had a good start to the game as well. Adam, #1 clearance player in Division 1 this year.
Yeah, he goes under the radar a little bit, doesn't he? Because he's got so many good players around him as well. But yeah, he's had a good start. Plenty of ball in space and in tight.
Butterworth down to Murata. And Dobie gets one back.
Rostrevor will like these repeat stoppages. They're well set up behind the ball, forward of the ball. That arm wrestle style that they like.
All one-on-ones, so they don't have someone sitting in the hole. So if they can be quick here, Golden Grove, they could get a mark. Off hands. How does it bounce? Pascoe has a couple of teammates there for support. One of them's Verity. Got a handball away to Pascoe. He has time. Through for a minor score.
Just wasting a few little half chances, aren't they? Golden Grove, I suppose you could say both teams are, but Golden Grove 3 goals, 7. Just keeps Rostrevor in the ball game.
Even 3-goal ball game now. 8 minutes gone, second quarter. One of the smallest men on the ground, Murata, was the spare there. Couldn't take a mark. Wharton on all fours. It's 4-on-1 here for Rostrevor. Now the Golden Grove cavalry arrives.
This is more the Rostrevor style now, isn't it? We're not seeing the ball pinging around, turnover, turnover, turnover. We're seeing a lot of contests, a lot of stoppage, no momentum.
Couple of good looks for the Kookaburras in this second term. Gone begging, 3-7. Plays 1-1. 2 spare for Golden Grove behind the footy.
Yeah, definitely the 1 deep and 1 just up around the ball. Rostrevor, a lot of numbers around the ball.
Murata. Kick stays in momentarily. McDonald. Jad Gossen in the thick of it.
Getting the cheers from the crowd down there, Jad, as well, for his clean hands. Well done. Good result there for Rostrevor, though. Just clearing the dangerous part of the ground there into the mid-zone.
Another stoppage, so we've seen plenty of these in this second term. Butcher got a handball. Dawson was under the pump straight away by McKelvey. Game's just gone into a holding pattern for the first 9 minutes of this quarter. Adam?
Like I said, this is what Rostrevor want, though. Just want the arm wrestle. Who's going to break first?
Ball's come out. Hable's spare man at the back. Very awkward looking.
I think he wanted to kick the ball off the ground, just pulled out of it at the last second, didn't he, knowing that it was probably a finger in the way. It would have been a free kick.
Realised he was going to take a head off too, I think. Butterworth's had the upper hand in the ruck so far in this second term, but...
Saw a little Guernsey tug there against Dobie. It's good umpiring, that was definitely there. Dobie playing a bit higher this week, maybe around the ball. We saw him on the full back line on Tom Gray last week. Did a great job on him.
Yeah, I think he's keeping James Wharton close company this afternoon.
And he's
James
coming to the bench
Yeah.
with him as well. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a hard tag going on there now, as we see a fantastic mark by Wakeland with the ear massage from Thatcher. He's still held on.
Big time. He was questioning 25 metres as well there. So heavily met, but great mark. And he's going to go to his good mate McCormack, who went to ground. Umpire didn't think anything of it.
And good play by Verity again, the sliding wingman taking the intercept mark.
He's got Simon on the outer side for a switch, but he goes down the line to Dodd and Wakeland for Rostrevor. So good work by Finn. And a bright start in this game. A couple of looks at goal.
He
Not
almost,
their only goal.
he almost wants to be kicking to himself here. This is the problem though, McCormack getting out muscled a little bit. And right there, no contest again from Rostrevor.
They go straight up the guts here, Golden Grove. Banwell, he's got Slater out. Gives a handball to the running Xanthopoulos. He's got Pascoe in a one-on-one. He keeps streaming Xanthopoulos. And the kick wasn't to Lenny Pascoe's advantage, and Darcy Best read it best.
Yeah, well done by Best, and a great chase from behind as well, forced that kick.
Niskransky now, the fly-in, fly-out footballer from Canberra. Kemp off hands. Hable hacks it forward. Niskransky mops up. Another opportunity gone begging for Golden Grove.
Didn't know that about Niskransky. It's a bloody good effort. Well done to him. He's had a pretty good season as well.
I think for about the last 10 weeks or so, journalism in Canberra.
Keep the politicians honest. Good on him.
Murata gets a clearance for the Rockers. Thatcher takes it on the chest, and Horskins is out. In an absolute paddock, Kane Horskins. He's got Tomney there for support. He should flick it over the top, and he should flick it over the top to Verity, who will mark unopposed. Time to play on Liam Verity. Yep. Much needed for Golden Grove.
Yeah, good transition by Golden Grove on that occasion, but it ended up with the right man. Verity is lethal with his right foot. And like I said, he's taking inset mark deep in defence before, and now he's sliding as a wingman forward. They got the overlap, didn't they? I like the fact that he didn't go back over his mark. Would have been a tricky kick on the set shot.
Yep.
But 35 on the run, Verity's not going to miss too many. Well done by him. I was questioning probably that role of him moving to the wing, but now I can see what they're doing with it, Golden Grove, and it's working really, really well.
Jad Gosson on the boundary.
Yeah, the wind is playing a little bit of factor. It's picking up a little bit more than it was at the start of the match, but again, not in any direction in particular. And just shout out James Warden, he's working hard. He was also the mystery man that went for that courageous mark really early in this quarter and nearly hurt himself. Yeah, been doing a ton of work on the bench.
He has great start for James Wharton. And the second quarter deadlock is broken, and it's the Golden Grove Kookaburras who now lead all of a sudden by 24. In such a tight game, it feels like we're on a knife's edge. If Rostrevor get that one, it's then 2 goals, but now it's 4 goals at him. Obviously, they'll be composed and they'll believe, but it just makes things interesting, doesn't it now, if Golden Grove get the next one?
And we look at the scoring shots as well, Jax. 11 scoring shots to 2, so they're well and truly under the pump, aren't they? But again, we've said it before, they won't panic, and they'll just keep chipping away. If they get the next goal, they'll still believe.
And they could here with Tramfer. He hacks it off the deck. It fell to his teammate, but it was not 15 metres, so it's play on. Niskransky was harassed, but Hable did well to bring it to ground. Baldwin in the sandpit. No player could turn and get away because of that sand, and a ball up is the result.
Just have to work so hard for their goals, it feels like. Rostrevor, don't they? They're winning plenty of clearances and doing some nice things around the ground, but this is the problem area. As soon as it gets inside 50, they're just not looking super dangerous at the moment.
Where's Lanzoni here? It's come out. Kick smothered. Payne retrieves it. And he's held by Bradford.
Just need to make something happen here, I feel like, Rostrevor. I know we said they can not panic and fight back, but scoring shots are well and truly in Golden Grove's favour. Just need to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
They're out of the sandpit, so there could be room to move. McDonald just fumbled. Cavallaro doesn't fumble. Tomney takes a mark. He's got Pittman over the top. They've looked to switch a lot here, Golden Grove, but they're going to go down the line, and Pascoe is going to fly. Good spoil by Thomas in front. Pittman off hands. Verity. Tomney surges it forward. Clean by Finn Wakeland. Not a great kick. Put Lanzoni under pressure. Cavallaro with some poise, but a poor kick by his high standards. Thatcher mops up, as he does so often. Dobie drilling ball down the guts to Banwell. Chips it to the outer side. Horskins. Pascoe's in a one-on-one. And McKelvey's in an acre of space. Oh, it's a suicide press from Darcy Best. And Pascoe's all on his own in the goal square.
Yeah, he was caught in between there, wasn't he, Best? But again, they had an overlap, didn't they, coming over? That's how Verity got the last goal. They had the overlap. Rostrevor had pressed. But on the turnover, Bamwell's kick out to the fat side just opened the overlap right up, and pretty easy play there for Pascoe. Just had to loiter at the top of the goal square. Goal number 94, is it coming up?
It is coming up for Lenny Pascoe. Should make no mistake. From the top of the square. And they have some breathing space here, the Kookaburras. 5-goal margin.
Yeah, we've been talking about, again, Rostrevor, their game style and not panicking, but there's probably a few little alarm bells ringing now, isn't there? That Rostrevor just don't look dangerous when they go inside 50 for mine. And Golden Grove, the opposite. You know, if they had kicked accurate, they've had another 1 or 2 on the board, we'd almost be saying it's game over. So I think there's some alarm bells ringing now for Rostrevor. They must kick the next goal.
Jad Gosson on the boundary. What have you seen?
Yeah, plenty of discussion here in the Rostrevor bench just about how they can kind of stop the momentum. But just off the bench now, Butterworth, Lim, and as well as Ward, plenty of the big boys back on. They need to get the next one, I think.
Yep, great call. The big dogs are there for Rostrevor. Can they get the next one? Butterworth wins the hit out. Dobie wrapped up by Wharton, but got a handball away. Mead. Banwell for company. Got a handball away. Baldwin. Chipping ball, shoot, Shenton, great body spoil. Mead mopped up for Rostrevor, but kick wasn't great. Cavallaro mops up. Good harassment by the Rostrevor player. Handball's flicked forward, Collins. Boundary line, beat them all.
Yeah, trying to think what Rostrevor can do. Maybe they pull the trigger on Dawson. You know, they're getting plenty of ball at half forward again, aren't they, but can't find a target. So maybe Dawson to half forward. Maybe bring Wakeland to full forward, who I still think is their best option to take a mark inside 50.
Golden Grove shifting the ball off the line is what's killing them at the moment. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's what Rostrevor can't afford, to have the ball pinging around, and Golden Grove using their foot skills. And again, they'll look to switch the football. Just cut it off.
Still shifted the angle. McKelvey took some yardage and pumps it into the 50. Verity.
He's paid the push. And he might get a 25 against here.
Clever by Pascoe not to mark it.
Yeah, just kills some time.
Yeah.
That was the right call by the umpire. It was a subtle push there by Verity. Worth the try. When he was out of position. Sometimes as a forward it's worth the try, but well umpired.
Swanbury kicked it to grass instead of his teammate's chest, and it put him under pressure. Ryan Lim, who's worked hard for the Rockers.
Probably got to give Golden Grove credit for the pressure they're applying. They're working the mark. They're on every ground ball. Their tackling's been really good, so we can't just put it down to Rostrevor mistakes. Golden Grove's pressure's elite at the moment.
Yep. And they're absorbing Rostrevor's heat as well. They've had the cleaner hands so far. Thatcher off the line, mops up. Chipping ball over the top. McKelvey.
It's a great play by Thatcher again, isn't he? He's been very influential in this game. They're not actually playing with a spare behind the ball, but Thatcher just backs himself, leaves his man, gets to that ball first, and then composed kick inside 50. If Thatcher can add composed kicking to his game, he'd be an unstoppable player. Well done by him. We saw him have shot just from the same spot 5 minutes ago, didn't he? Let's see if we can tidy up the ball drop.
Yeah, and I pumped him up too, so I'm not going to say anything here as he approaches the goal face. 19 minutes gone, 2 goals. 2 plays no score for Rostrevor in this second term. Looks okay off the boot, McKelvey.
Yep.
And it's through. 3 goals, 2 to no score. And the Kookaburras lead by an even 6 goals.
All 6 of Golden Grove's goals today have come from direct turnovers. Great shot for goal there by McKelvey. Like I said, he learnt from that spot before. He just had to nurse the ball drop a lot better, and he did that. And this is a significant buffer now. Again, anything can happen. Again, Rostrevor won't panic, but they're well and truly under the pump now, as you can see by the scoring shots and the margin.
So that's a crucial goal, just on the edge of red time in this second quarter. We've seen Rostrevor come back at half-time and three-quarter time on a number of occasions. But if this margin doesn't shrink soon, it's going to be difficult. Shenton now. At the moment, they've just got all the answers, Golden Grove. Horskins arches the back. Verity shifted forward, Adam. Looks like in the last 5 or so minutes.
I like the move as well. They can put their foot in the throat now. I think they feel Golden Grove get the next one, and she could be all she wrote.
Dawson, dangerous. Stepping, strong. He's got Dawson there short. He's got Wharton short as well. Transfer up the guts. Shift it near side. Best. Called to play on. McKelvey, good harassment. And Collins, read it best. Can they get them quick on the turnover? Simon holds on. Shenton, now Horskins is out once again on the outer side. Cavallaro's on over the top on a short one, and he goes there. They're running right here, Golden Grove. Puts it to the top of the square. Tom Knee off hands. Dawson clears. It's going to fall in Kemp's lap. Lucky break there for Rostrevor.
Yeah, dodged a bullet. I thought Pascoe was going to come through and take the uncontested mark as well. It was a beautiful kick to advantage. Just dodged a bullet there, Rostrevor, well and truly under the pump.
21.5 minutes gone on the Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard in the second quarter of this preliminary final. No second chances now in the Division 1 Adelaide Footy League. Rostrevor are walking a very fine tightrope as we near half-time with play like that. Best with some composure. Mead dropped it, but he had time to recover. Kicks it to Shoot, who drifted into a little hole. Well held on the mark by Ingram. Sells a bit of candy, goes to the skipper. What's the skipper got? He pumps it long. Boxer, off hands. Wakeland's there, but the goal line beats them all.
Yeah, could have used a lucky break there, couldn't they, Rostrevor? It was a better transition. It was a risky switch ball again, but they got it through. Need to lock the ball in this half of the ground. They haven't had the ball inside 50 for quite some time.
That is their first score of this second term as well, Adam.
Bit of work to be done, but no panic. It's 35 points. Stranger things have happened in football as that one goes out of bounds on the full.
Known for a shank or two per game, Hable. Normally it's because his feet are moving faster than his mind and body when he breaks out into some open space. Lim, back inboard to Stepic. What have they got here? Probably still a bit of time left before half-time. Lim shrugged off Pilkington. Top of the square. Good body work by Xanthopoulos. Didn't allow Boxer to fly. Thatcher saved a certain goal from that rush kick from Baldwin. He rushes it through for a minor score for Rostrevor. Pittman, Shenton. Time to gallop away. And eye one up the guts. Good spoil by Best in front of Pascoe. Collins didn't handball it. Umpire said play on. Rostrevor fans feeling a bit of angst. They're riding every play at the moment. It's hanging on a knife's edge. Not 15, says the umpire. Tomney arches the back and a nice little spin move. And he's put it out on the full.
Just having a real go here, Rostrevor, aren't they? Trying to put that arm wrestle back in their favour. Just can't get the goal they need, just to give them a little bit of confidence before half-time. If they can get one, Jack, might just keep them in this match.
34-point ball game, 24 minutes gone. The Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard. Jackson Thomas taking his time. Ingram's in the hole, so is Slater. Neither could affect it, and Lim did really well on the Keith Sims medalist.
Needs to go quickly if he can. Golden Grove's big body defenders are in position again.
Kicks it to the fat side. Boxer has time to run, jump, and mark.
Yeah, better kick on that occasion. You can kick it into the density. He allowed the Rostrevor forwards, Boxer on that occasion, come out. Just get a run and jump at the ball rather than sit under a high ball. Pretty easy commentary call this. His team needs a goal. Needs a straight kick here, Boxer.
Yep, let's not say too much and moz him, eh? There's a lot we could say about him. He's been in sensational form.
Yeah, he had a great game. Only a few weeks ago, wasn't it? With three.
Not going to say any more. Jet Boxer here for the Rostrevor Old Collegians to bring the margin under 5 goals.
Yep.
Makes no mistake. It's a classy finish. And he's kicked goals now in each of his last 5 games, Jet Boxer, and that's brought the Rostrevor crowd to life.
if they can just tie it, like I said, it's not like Rostrevor aren't competing. They're winning stoppages. They're defending pretty well. But they just can't get anything going at their half-forward line, can they, Jack? The ball gets there and it pings back. But if they can start winning some contests at half-forward, getting some better forward 50 entries, that'll help a lot. Boxer's the type of player that can bob up and kick 3 or 4. They're going to need a hero like that in the second half, aren't they? Someone just to bob up and kick 3 or 4 for some half chances and get some momentum.
Yep. We spoke about McCormack, Lanzoni, Wakeland in the pre-game. I think Jad had some stats on them, and Boxer's not far behind. 26 goals for the year, so he's another one of those X-factor players that Rostrevor have got. Can they get another one before half-time? Transfer at half-forward, having a spell. Fires out a handball. Niskansky, Lim also having a spell forward, and he's had a few touches in the last few minutes. He's got Lanzoni, but he's going to put it to the hot spot once again. Boxer flies. It comes to ground. Transfer.
Huge.
2 in a minute for Rostrevor. And all of a sudden, they're back in this game.
The difference is the forward 50 entry, Jack. Again, they didn't take the mark there, but they got a run and a jump and a soft spill. And then Tramfer's at the front and square. It's probably a better kick on the snap, isn't he, Tramfer? He's not great on the set shot, but he's a brilliant snap. And I thought he was always going to kick that. You can see the soft drop and Tramfer right in the right place. That's a classic crumbing goal. Well done to him. And in the blink of an eye, again, Rostrevor, they just do this, don't they, Jack? You think they're down and out. We've seen this 3 or 4 times this year. Just before half-time, they kick 2, and the scoreboard's respectable.
Jad Gosson on the boundary.
The fans behind me, they're up and about. They're trying to push their team on. They're trying to start a chant as well, so look out for that one.
Okay, interesting. They're not chanting about you, are they?
Not yet.
Not yet. 27 minutes gone. Rostrevor with 2 in a minute has brought this game back to life. Wharton tries to go one more, but doesn't. Holding the ball, and Collins plays on, pumps it inside 50. Rostrevor spoil each other. Swanbury is swarmed. They get a kick away. Does it travel 15? Yes, says the umpire. It's Butterworth, the big ruckman.
Don't need anything silly now here, do they, Rostrevor? They don't want to cough up a goal on a short turnover. They've got all the momentum now. We don't think there'll be long to go in this quarter, so I'd be going up the line to the numbers. And they've dodged the bullet. Well done, Rostrevor. Last 2 goals has made it interesting for mine, Jack. Still game on here at Hisense Stadium.
Certainly is game on here at Hisense Stadium. Golden Grove kicked the first 3 of that second quarter, and Rostrevor, with 2 late ones in the last couple of minutes, sees the margin at 22 points at half-time here in the preliminary final. But make sure you stick around, footy fans, in the half-time break. Jad Gosson catches up with the footy director of the Rostrevor Old Collegians, Patrick Bauer.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HEC stat doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Director of Rostrevor Old Collegians Football Club. Patrick, thanks for joining me.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having a quick chat with us. So first of all, tell me a bit about yourself and your role at the Rostrevor Football Club.
I'm the current footy director. I've been footy director for the last 4 or 5 years. I've been at the Rock since I left school, so some 40 odd years ago. So it's in my blood, and I love being involved in it. It's terrific.
Awesome, yeah, it's great to see. So you used to play when you were a bit younger?
I did, yeah. I played 12 or 13 years out of here. So, and then after that, I hung around, did a bit of coaching in the B grade. So I've stayed involved ever since.
Awesome. And your role as a football director, what does that entail? Are you involved with the a bit of the game plan of the team, or left to the coaches?
That's left to the coaches, Damien and to Westy. So I'm sort of at the start of the year, we're trying to get players into the club, hang on to our players, transfers, getting the permits in, negotiating. You know, blokes we want to from elsewhere. We want to try and get them into the club. So it's all that, and they're my real busy part of the year is at the start. Once the season gets going, it's looks after itself a bit, but it's challenging, but it's good fun.
Awesome, no, that's great. And in terms of this team this year, obviously you won last year in Division 2, coming up to Division 1. Have you seen much improvements in the squad, or what has been real impressive for you this season?
Well, we came up with it's a very young squad, and they were young last year, and saying that we lost half a dozen of that A-grade premiership side from last year through overseas travel and people choosing somewhere else. So, but today there's 16 of that 22 playing, so they're still very young. It's about an average age of about 22. So some of those fringe players have had the opportunity to fill some of those vacant roles, and they've done a really good job. So we've still got some old experienced players there, James Butterworth and Tulio Di Matteis and Meady. So it's a good mix of those and the young ones who are in their early 20s.
Yeah, awesome. And to get to this opportunity to potentially make another grand final, how big of a chance is that for you guys?
Well, if you'd asked us at the beginning of the season, we would have, as always, you come up a grade and you really just want to win enough games to avoid relegation, and so we did that. And the rest sort of build confidence, and the young team to Damien Boots' game plans and structures have worked really well with it. And you get halfway through the year and you're part of it, and you're in the 5, and it's a very close top 5 at the end of the year. So we think that on our day we can match it with all the others. So we have so far. We just got to continue.
Awesome. And in terms of this past week, building up to this clash, what's the vibe been like in the change room? What's been your job or the team's job to really get the boys ready?
Well, they've been great. They've been really confident, really relaxed. It's again, it's probably the young influence of the team that they don't get too worried about too many things, young kids. So they take the week as it came. It was pretty exciting training Tuesday and Thursday night. The vibe was really about the place. So we had a good contingent. With only the A-grade playing now, we still had 35-40 training. So that's good. So it's they're very relaxed about it, and they know if they play their best footy, they can get across the line.
Awesome. And in terms of the off-season, hopefully it's in a few weeks' time for you guys. What's do you get a bit of rest, or are you straight back to work? Or
well, we try and get a bit of a break for a month or two, but it's like everything. It's as soon as you finish, you start again. But you try and get a month or so off, and then you start all over again in late November, early December. But you try to give yourself a bit of a break. But at the same time, that's when you start talking to players and other players from other clubs and in other regions. So you get a bit of time off, but it's not a lot.
Straight back to work after.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you joining us. We know you're very busy. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. We'll be back after this break for the second half.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep. Basically, since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
The Golden Grove Kookaburras hold a commanding 22-point lead as half-time draws to a close here at Highsted Stadium. Scores are 6-7-43, plays 3-3-21 Rostrevor Old Collegians. And before we get into the first half wrap-up, we'd like to thank our sponsors for bringing you today's broadcast live on Matchday Live. High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ORTC, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Dartfish, Archies, and of course Filming Footy, where you are receiving today's live stream from. I'm joined by Adam Jeffries, and it was an exciting first half. The game was wide open for a large part of the game, wasn't it, Adam?
Yeah, again, Rostrevor, we've seen this movie with them before, haven't we? You know, just sort of struggling, turning the ball over, but just hanging around. And we set a commanding lead. It still is a commanding lead for Golden Grove, but it would have been even more commanding if they went in with 34 points. So those two late goals for Rostrevor would have given them a fair bit of confidence. If they kick the first goal of this third, they'll start to believe that they can win this game of football. But they do need to tidy up a few areas, don't they? They still don't want to go long and strong to their tall forwards. They need another winner inside 50. And if they can find that, keep defending and not turn the ball over with little short passes straight to the opposition in the back half, they'll well and truly be in this match. But Golden Grove have been impressive as well, haven't they? Like I said, if Rostrevor didn't kick those 2 late ones, they were all over them. You know, it was 13 scoring shots to 2 at one stage, which is a bit of a smashing, winning the inside 50 in the marks inside 50 category pretty easily. So it's been an entertaining first half of football. Great crowd here. Good atmosphere here. Like I said, sometimes these preliminary finals on the neutral venues lack a bit of atmosphere, but not today. It's fantastic here. Huge crowd. Both teams were bringing the support. So I'm looking forward to this second half.
Plenty of fans here, as you did just touch on, here at Hisense Stadium in the west of Adelaide. And as you sort of mentioned, Rostrevor didn't have the greatest first half, and it's nothing uncharacteristic from them. Historically slow starters, but as we know, they're fast finishers, and they've done that. They've come from behind at half-time on 7 occasions this year, Adam, and in the last sort of 4 to 5 weeks, they've kicked lots of goals in bunches to secure some big wins on their way to a prelim.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing stat, really. 7 times they've been behind at half-time in 1 game of football. That's a huge number just for the people watching at home. That normally in a football season you might get 1 or 2 of them, but to have 7 shows that they strangely be happy with their position they're in right now. But they need to win this quarter of footy by 8-10 points. If they're within 2 goals at 3/4 time, I wouldn't say they're the favourites, but they'll back themselves in, won't they? So, yeah, really interesting start to this third quarter will be. They need the first Rostrevor put Golden Grove on the back foot.
Averaging 7 goals 5 in second halves, Rostrevor. So that's just goes to show how damaging they can be in the second half. And one bloke again I'm going to just put on notice a little bit. Tommy McCormack hasn't hit the scoreboard, and in recent weeks all of his goals have come in second half. So watch for him to fire in the forward line. It looks like he's going to perk himself a little bit higher up the ground at the start of this third quarter. Lanzoni going to the goal square. Finn Wakeland being that sort of man in between for Rostrevor. And for Golden Grove, the big dogs are in there at the centre bounce. Pittman, Cavallaro, hasn't he been sensational, Adam? And Josh Doby's doing a pretty good job on James Wharton. James Wharton's had a fair few clearances. Best clearance player in the comp, but
proper tag happening there now, isn't it? Even came to the bench with him as well. So, Wharton was pretty good early. Cavallaro's been the best player on the ground in the first half for mine. Not far behind is Thatcher.
Yep, Thatcher has been sensational. Lim, I think, has been pretty good for Rostrevor. Dawson as well, trying to provide plenty of run. And looks like Golden Grove are trying to do something a little bit different here with 2 players on this near side wing, so we'll watch that with interest. We'll get Adam to have a look at that one behind the play. Start of the third quarter here in the preliminary final. No second chances. One of these teams, September Tightrope, will be cut, and they'll be sent packing for season 2025. Rostrevor, bright start. They're inside 50. Kicks missed the target. McCormack spun on a dime. Turned inside. Ball couldn't be killed, so it's still alive. Off the deck, Lanzoni touched, says the goal umpire.
Not sure what happened there. It looked like he got the good karate kick onto the ball. It was an interesting decision by McCormack, wasn't it? He wanted to do the team thing and square the ball. He's just chipped the ball into the goal square and ball bobbled around. A little bit unlucky there for mine.
Rostrevor don't get the lightning start that they are after, but can they keep it in their forward half? From the kick in from Golden Grove. McKelvey tracking it down, threw it out. Must have been too slick for the umpire. They've turned it over here, Rostrevor. It's with your man, Paddy Dawson, Adam.
This is what he's good at, finding a mark inside 50 from this range. He's gone in short. Looking for transfer turnover.
Horskins, short ball. Pittman just ghosting into some space, as we so often see from Jake Pittman. Couldn't do any of this last week as he was well held, even though he still had 27 touches. That kick's not ideal, and Butterworth chops it off. Great work by the ruckman. Niskransky now hesitated again. Chips it to Best. He's got Baldwin. Looks like they're trying to go a little bit straighter down the line, Adam. They could have easily come out to this near side.
Yeah, they want to find the corridor if they can. Great patience. Niskransky again on his own.
Yeah,
pumping inside 50 now.
Yeah, they were out. Wakeland went to
He's paid the
ground.
push. There you go, Jack. Not sure if there was a little bit of mayo put on that, but he took the front position and felt the hands, and you're entitled to do that. So I'm interested to see a replay. Better ball movement for mine, though, Rostrevor. There's no risky passes there, Jack. And then when they could, they rolled and went in deep. So for mine, that's better play We saw Wakeland kick accurately on the quarter time siren. Be a good start for Rostrevor.
When they get at 80, 90 from home, that's where they need to go. More play like that.
Yeah, agree. Just get the ball into a dangerous spot.
Finn Wakeland now got their first of the day, right on the quarter time siren. He's been most likely to have some real influence on this game forward of the footy for his side. Lumbers in.
Hit that.
And puts it straight through the eye, diddle. Finn Wakeland. Perfect start for the Rockers. And the margin is under 3 goals now.
It's a good start for Rostrevor, isn't it? So the last 2 goals of the second quarter, and they immediately get a centre clearance and they're into attack, 3 inside 50s. Wakeland maybe a lucky free kick, but if they keep pumping into that dangerous spot, you'll get the odd free kick, Jack. And most importantly was the straight shot for goal. So that's Wakeland's second. I think I agree with you, Jack. He's their most likely contested mark goal scorer up there. Jad on the boundary.
Observation, Jack, was perfect. Jamie Booth screaming at them to not wait and just roll around and kick it. They're trying to play a little bit more attacking this third quarter, and so far it's played off.
A bit of Golden Grove from last week. You think, Jad, brave but not stupid from Rostrevor?
Yeah, I think something like that would work definitely in this third quarter when they're behind by so much. But now Golden Grove get the clearance.
They do. Through Cavallaro. McKelvey got a shocking bounce. It's sat up the chimney. Transfer has time to face the game and pump it away from danger momentarily. How does it bounce? Excellent by Ingram. Shrugged off 2, took it on the one hand and fired a ball down the line to Collins.
It's a great play by Ingram. He's a little bit too strong for McCormick at the moment for mine. McCormick needs to get on his bike.
Pascoe wants it in long. Collins sold some candy. Kicked it high up and under. It's come to ground. McKelvey there. Banwell. Snap over the left shoulder. Instant reply, Kookaburras.
He's had 2 snaps from that part of the ground there, Banwell, hasn't he? It was a good finish. I'm not sure the kick was exactly where they designed it because none of the tall forwards got to the drop, but the ball hit the ground and Banwell was there. First inside 50 and a quick reply like he called. Good little handball out there, actually. Probably underrated there, and a good snap by Banwell. Well done, Golden Grove, who need to keep the scoreboard ticking over. Rostrevor are going to come hard in this third quarter.
Double Cobra, Selly too. Loved it. Puts the margin back out to 21 points in favour of the Golden Grove Kookaburras. Finished second on the ladder, had the double chance after going down to Port District last week. Rostrevor have marched themselves into a prelim with 2 sensational finals wins in their first year in Division 1. Can they come back from behind at halftime once again? Remains to be seen. 5 minutes gone in this second term, and we've already seen 2 goals. Lim fell in his lap fortuitously. He's got Lanzoni making a searching lead. He goes in that direction. Xanthopoulos, great spoil.
So that's too easy to defend for mine. Again, we spoke about it, Jad on the boundary did. Needs to roll and just get the ball into 30 metres there to Wakeland. Let him have a run, a jump, put some pressure on the umpire and get your crummers there. Even if Lanzoni marks that ball, he's 45 out on the boundary line. Roll and get it into a dangerous spot.
55 from home for the Rockers. Wharton streaming through. Everyone overrun it. It's with Mead now. Drilling ball, Kemp.
It's interesting to see what the Breeze is doing now. The goal kicking's look a little bit easier as we've come out. Sometimes the Breeze can die down as the day goes on. See if he's confident. He'll have to shoot from about 49 metres.
Jad, we might just get a little wind update from you after this shot, mate. Down on the boundary there, doing a great job. It's with Charles Kemp now, the number 5. It's a tumbler. Does it tumble straight? It tumbles into Wakeland's mitts on the second grab.
Wasn't sure if he got it on the second bite there, but he did. But good commentary by us. Jack recalled he was pretty dangerous, and he's floated in. If this guy can run and jump at the ball, he's going to be dangerous, and he kicks his third. Starting to look dangerous. The game's just opening up as well, isn't it? We saw a lot of arm wrestle in that second quarter. And Rostrevor doing what they do and just hanging around. What is it, a 15-point ball game? A lot of time to be played.
As Beetlejuice once said, Adam, just hanging around. You know that meme?
I do know that, and that is Rostrevor to a T. You couldn't see this half an hour ago, could you?
No.
But they do. They just hang around. They're not playing well, but they just grimly defend, and then they just slowly start to get the scoreboard ticking over. And Wakeland, 3 out of 5 goals, looking dangerous. I'll be getting the ball into him again quickly, not mucking around, going out wide.
Jad Gosson on the boundary.
The wind is inconsistent. It just comes up for a few seconds and then goes away, so nothing too much to worry about, but it isn't going in any direction in particular. Also, just quickly, there is an injury on the bench. One of the Rostrevor players is out. I'm just trying to work out who it is.
Very good, mate. Keep us updated. McKelvey did well to find Banwell, who puts a piercing ball inside 50. Pascoe on the 3rd attempt. Umpire says play on. I wonder if he's going to be upset about that.
He's done well, Best, though, hasn't he? He's just been right up Pascoe's clacker every time he's come out in those leads.
Who are the Golden Grove Smalls? Getting on the move. Doesn't get out of congestion, so we'll have another repeat ball up. About 40 from home for the Kookaburras. 2-1 early in this 3rd term. Tomney off hands. McKelvey, he's normally good from this range. Ooh, pushed it to the near side. That would have been something out of nothing. Seen him kick a few goals like that, Adam. That's why I sort of went the early crow there.
Starting to look a bit dangerous at ground level, though, aren't they, Golden Grove? We normally think their talls and Pascoe are going to get the job done, but quick little handball up and a good snap there, just offline. Dodged another bullet, Rostrevor.
16-point ball game in this tense preliminary final. Rostrevor clear. Wakeland, he's having some sort of game. He's growing into this one. Bradford on the run. Couldn't hold on. Thatcher, good tackle, Boxer. They did well there to hold that up.
It's good play by Wakeland, though. He obviously needs to be inside 50 at times, but when you've got the kick-outs, the opposition's more likely to score than you are. You need to get up and provide an outlet, and he did that on that occasion.
They're covering some Ks out there on this big deck. Now it's with Mead, who pumps it to the teeth of goal. No one's there. Bounces favourably for Golden Grove, and Ingram will see that through.
Just lost a little bit of forward structure there. I don't think they were anticipating the quick break away. Mead almost could have taken another 5 yards and gone there. Ingram's a little bit unsung as well, isn't he? Just gets to the right spot a lot, doesn't he? Doesn't look fast, but he doesn't get beaten either.
Yeah. The Rostrevor fans were getting a little bit excited, but I think we could see that that ball wasn't going to take a Nathan Lyon off break through the goals. Thatcher now clears for the Kookaburras to a couple of one-on-ones. Slater brought it to ground. Horskins with a funny-looking handball, but it come to Butterworth, and he wrapped him up. So all of a sudden, Golden Grove relieved a bit of pressure. They're out to centre wing on the far side here at Hisense Stadium. Secondary ball up. All one-on-ones forward of the footy for Rostrevor here, Adam.
Yeah, we saw a lot of spare +1s from both teams in the second quarter, but now it's just opening up. This might be Rostrevor's call. They just will open the game up, and they're away again.
They are through Wharton, who zigged and zagged. His handball was just a little bit overcooked for Bradford.
Good tackle there to just keep the ball in their area. Yeah, so just open it up. So they want the arm wrestle to spare. They soak up the pressure. Now they're back there on ballers to go to work. And you can see them just steam out of the stoppage with a little bit of speed now, Rostrevor.
Dodd, underground handball to Tomney, who stepped back into traffic. Kane Horskins then steamed through. Slater, was he pushed? No, said the umpire. Off hands, now it's with Slater. Got himself out of trouble. Verity just pumps it long. McKelvey ghosted into some space. He's got Pascoe in the goal square. Does it get there with the dribbler? Lenny Pascoe, he turns. High up and under, Banwell's in amongst two. Does it come to ground? It does. Ooh. Soccer kick away. Baldwin bounces up the chimney. Banwell. Cheeky little handball over the top to Hable. Does he get it back here, Banwell? He'll try to draw the high one. He sat on it. Umpire circling, holding the ball.
It was an exciting passage of play. How's the kick out of mid-air in the defensive 50? Nearly came unstuck. Game's gone up a notch, Jack.
Certainly has. 6 scoring shots already in this third term. So the Kieran Haiketsu scoreboard is ticking over, and it could tick over again with Liam Verity. He's got it 70 from home, and he'll kick it to his teammate Pascoe.
He's got such a piercing kick, hasn't he? It just gets to Pascoe quickly. And doesn't allow another defender to come over. Hasn't snapped the ball all that well so far today, Pascoe. He's had a couple of pings on the snap. He'll go the Chinana here, old school.
He will. Check side, Lenny Pascoe. 2 goals this afternoon. Near side. Judd Gosson on the boundary.
Trevor with a hamstring injury. Connor Butcher, his day's done. Got the ice on the hamstring and he's sat out in the polo top. So unfortunate for them, and 1 less on the bench now for the Rocks.
That could be huge in the context of this game.
It's the beauty of the extra player on the bench, though, isn't it? Hopefully, Rostrevor won't cost them too much. You don't want to lose anybody, but they've still got 3 fresh players they can rotate, like any match during the season.
In a game where they've perhaps struggled for that outside speed, I think they could miss him a bit playing on the wing, Connor Butcher. He's a smart footballer too. We'll see how that unfolds as Kempen, the Keith Sims medalist and the High Five E-Bike Player of the Year, Jake Pittman, are ready to come onto the ground. It's on the far side, so they might be standing there for a while. Lim chips over the top. DeMatteis. Chisler, chopped off. Tomney.
Just tried one too many, didn't they? I thought they got the ball out. And just tried the extra short one. It's been all right, Tomney, hasn't he? He's been involved in a lot of play today. Guy, like you said, has played a lot of B-grade football, very much in this game.
Verity from the back, brings it to ground. Rostrevor player who's courageous in the hole. Surged forward by Robinson. Good intercept for Rostrevor. It's with Shoot now, and he's got Niskransky running for him hard. They shift it back inside. Lim. This looks okay. Golden Grove is set up well behind the ball. There's a bit of angst in the Rostrevor fans. They want him to go quick. Lim in the centre of the ground. Tramfer's going to mark it in the sandpit. So he can't quite turn on a dime. He pumps it long inside 50. Who can fly? It's come to ground. Bradford's there. He's a clever forward. Murata. Back to Dawson. A 12-metre pass. To the teeth of goal now. Spoiled. Off hands. McCormack's going to soccer it through. And we have a 10-point ball game.
That's what he needs to do, McCormack. I think Ingram's too strong in the body-on-body work, but he was first to recover, wasn't he? And that's what he needs to do. Ball just sat up nicely for him, and he got a little toe poke on the line. So just Rostrevor, they're just doing what they do, aren't they? Like you said, hanging around. But now, for mine, they're getting the ball into dangerous areas, Jack, and they look more dangerous. Their forwards just couldn't get amongst it in the first half. But now, when they go inside 50, they look like they'll score. They look like something will happen. So she's game on here. 9-point ball game. Did not see this coming, I have to say, halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it's turned dramatically, hasn't it? Golden Grove had all the running early in that second term. And then as Rostrevor do, they just hang around. Wakelin taps it to himself. Doesn't get a handball away. Plenty of fans here at Highstead Stadium, and there's plenty of fans tuning in on Filming Footy. One in particular is the father of the footy show, Tommy Javor. Massive shout out to you, mate. Can't wait to see you back on our screens for Between the Posts in the last couple of weeks of the Division 1 season.
He would have watched a lot of footy as well, wouldn't he, over the last few weeks, Tommy? We'll have plenty to say on Between the Posts. Make sure you tune in.
Going to struggle to get a word in tomorrow, I think. He's going to be that excited. Dawson, another clearance for Rostrevor. I'd like to know clearance numbers, actually, Adam. They've been good in this third quarter. Good tackle on Bradford was Thatcher. Got a handball away. Bradford cleaned it up again. They were outnumbered, Rostrevor, but they did well to get it into space. Bradford has time to get a kick inside 50. Boxer.
He's paid the mark. It looked like it might have been touched, but he's blown the whistle. All the players had stopped like it was touched. But again, Jack, what they're doing is they're getting the ball into a dangerous spot more quickly, aren't they? You know, they've got one-on-ones and the ball's 30 metres out from goal. Things can happen. So a little bit of luck. But that's what happens when you get the ball repeatedly into dangerous areas. So they're starting to get on top now, Rostrevor, aren't they? Like I said, could not see this coming half an hour ago.
16 scoring shots to 11 so far in this contest. We only have a 10-point ball game. And it's with a pretty good shot at goal, Jet Boxer. We saw him take the game by the scruff of the neck in the first elimination final 2 weeks ago. This for his second. Gun barrel straight. 4-point ball game.
So now they've got the scoreboard ticking over, haven't they? They had 1 goal to their credit deep into the second quarter. 2 late goals, 4 quick goals to start. 4 points the difference. Now Golden Grove need to respond, Jack. Their on-ballers need to get back to work. Cavallaro has gone a little bit quiet. They rely on too few in there, but they need to go back to work on the ball. And the other thing they haven't done is create those turnovers with their pressure. Their pressure's just dropped a smidge, and they haven't been able to score on the rebound. So now she's game on. That arm wrestle is back in Rostrevor's favour, and they are believing.
They never stop believing, Rostrevor. This no roof, Rostrevor. Will the ceiling be capped in about an hour's time? We'll have to wait and see. This game is on a knife's edge. 4 points in the preliminary final. Port District hoping these two smash the hell out of each other in the remaining 30-odd minutes. They go inside 50, Golden Grove.
Last touch. No better feeling than being the waiting grand finalist and watching the other two teams smash into each other.
Jackson Thomas going to bring it back in for Rostrevor. He's held his own down there today. Pumps it long and strong out of there. Man in front, Charles Kemp. That hybrid forward, playing tall.
Yeah, he's a really, really good mark for his size. We've seen him take many contested marks. Barely 6 foot, great mark there.
Goes to his good mate, Boxer. Another hybrid. Good spoil, McDonald. Lim, front and centre. Held up by Payne. Golden Grove fans finding some voice.
They'll need to, because they know their team's just a little bit under the pump now. Needs to find something. We've seen a free kick paid off the ball. A little bit afters. We haven't seen a lot of this paid. We saw a lot of this paid last week as well, didn't we?
Against this man as well.
And we've seen the umpire call back on the mark. I thought he was calling 25. So now the players just need to know the umpires are going to watch it. You don't want to give a reversal free kick away.
So they're going to execute the switch again, Golden Grove. Haven't seen it so far in this third term. Thatcher's forced to go down the line. Excellent work by Wakeland. Just fell to ground. Pittman got it out eventually. Cleaned up by Shute. Tramfer got his arms free. Butterworth. Dinky little handball. Shute mopped up by Shenton. Got a handball out eventually. Hable. Boxer took on 4. Golden Grove fans are irate in front of the boundary line. And it ghosts out of bounds by Dodd.
Huge noise coming from the crowd here as we see a player down. Let's hope Boxer's okay. He is a bit sore behind the play. Amazing pressure from both teams there, Jack. This game has gone up 2 levels.
4 goals 2, plays 1 goal 2 in this third term. We see a 4-point ball game. And all of a sudden we're ticking into red time. This quarter has flown by. Butterworth. Mead, kick smothered. Kemp's going to be first. Got a bad bounce. Simon didn't get it away. What's the umpire?
Crouching umpire. Yeah. It's unlucky there, Simon, but that's modern footy, isn't it? He sat on the ball and then he sat on. Can't get the ball out, but it's holding the ball. They've got all the momentum now, Rostrevor, winning all the 50-50 battles.
And they go inside 50. Dawson's been swung forward. He might mop this up. Wharton does. And he's mowed down.
Great tackle. That Dobie, he's just timely. Dobie, and he's got the switch of play. Can they get out?
He does. Collins, Horskin, sorry, goes to his good mate Collins. Got a great bounce. He's got time. The game's wide open when they can play like this. He takes 2 bounces, puts it to the hot spot. Hayball. Favourable bounce for Golden Grove. Pascoe, snap over the shoulder. Play on, says the umpire, and Banwell held on. Not sure if that was touched or he thought it wasn't 15.
Didn't travel 15, I think the umpire called, which looked fair enough. It was right on the borderline. Desperate on the last line here, Rostrevor.
Can Golden Grove get one against the grain? Not right now, because Wharton's going to mop this up. Another clearance for him. Dawson got a terrible bounce. Seen over the line.
Just need a bit of territory in their front half now, Golden Grove, don't they? They're under the pump. They need to give their defenders a rest. That's the other thing the forward 50 stoppages do. Your defenders can take a deep breath and set up.
Yep.
Because they have been under the pump in this third quarter.
They have been. Ball in. Can they get one? 22 minutes gone. There'll be plenty of time on here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see this tick into 30 minutes. Banwell. Can he zig and zag? He's got to take possession first. And it's drifted out of bounds. Helicopter's too fast for our cameraman Yushin. There it is. But back inside 50. Cavallaro hasn't had much of a say in this third term. Pascoe! Brought to ground. Collins. Dawson on the last line.
It's like Dawson's almost playing on the ball now, Jack, and he's just drifting behind when he needs and drifting forward when he needs. We should just pick up what position he's playing.
Oh, he's gone for the torp, and he shanked it out on the full. Don't often see that from him. That was rash.
Yeah, he's one of the most composed ball users in the competition, isn't he? But he just saw something, and then it was cut off, and then he was under pressure from the man on the mark, and just tried to get some distance on the kick and skewed off the side of the boot. Not sure he can score on the set shot here, though. He might look to set the ball up to the top of the square, let his tall forwards fly.
Extremely tough kick. I think you might be right, Adam.
That's a waste,
Low
isn't it?
Low percentage kick,
Yeah, that's a waste when he watches the tape back during the week. He's trying to score the goal easy or hope that his forwards will compete on the line. It's too easy for the defenders to spoil the ball over from that position. Rostrevor dodge another bullet.
This is the closest we've seen the margin from pretty much the start of the game when Golden Grove got out of the blocks to lead after a couple of minutes. So back to an even keel just about. Wakeland from the back. Got the sit, but it come to ground. Got a handball too. Wharton stepped through some traffic. Took his 5 metres and kicked. Good bounce for Xanthopoulos, who arches the back. Got it away. Hat kick off the ground. Dodd, clean. And they're away here. Nearly. Tomney, Pittman, clever handball. They can be away this time. Tomney has an acre, and so does Pascoe to operate in. On the second attempt, Verity off hands!
That is a brilliant snap by the big man, Jack. How easy did he make that look for a guy that's 6'4", 5 tall? Just picked up the ball at ground level and just nonchalantly just snapped home a goal from 45. Credit to the big man for that. And I think he's had a pretty good game again. He's roaming everywhere. He's on the wing. He's behind the ball, front and square. Bang! That is an elite snap there by Verity. And just get around me, boys. How easy was that? Look at him. Just if I did that, I'd be pretty happy with myself. But that's a big goal for his team as well, not just the individual brilliance of it. Jad on the boundary line. That was a brilliant goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, very, very good goal there. And the Rostrevor bench were upset with that one after all the momentum they've had. But the intensity's lifted here, not just from the players, but also the crowd behind me. And the decibel level is lifted as well. Very loud here, down here.
25 minutes gone, third term. Three-quarter time, probably still a couple of minutes away. Slater. Hayball. Shoot, fight out of handball. Dawson. Hat kick. Payne. The ground's going to beat him. Bounces favourably for Rostrevor. There's plenty of numbers here. One of them's Bradford. Mow down Xanthopoulos.
It's a fantastic chase from behind. He never gave up on the play. He thought the handball was going to go over the top. Goal-saving tackle. The man with the mustaka.
Good mustaka too. He's having a sensational game, Xanthopoulos. Shenton in a one-on-one. Geez, you could have bet your money that he'd just protect the drop zone and take a nice little chest mark there.
Haven't called his name a lot though, Cam Shenton, have we? He probably just needs to insert himself into the match. He did in the second half last week. Player that they need to get his hands on the ball.
Pumps it long down the line. The spare was Stepic. He didn't get a fist on it. Slater arches the back. Banwell's going to mop up. Pop a handball over the top to Dodd. He's got Swanbury for company.
So we get late down the boundary, Jad.
Just quickly, after that run-down tackle there, one of the bottles went flying and broke. Some of the debris coming right next to me, so they were not very happy with that one.
It's getting emotional on the bench. That's what we like.
It's Hance Wharton. Ball up, says the umpire. Everyone thought it was holding the ball as Wharton took on a couple of would-be tacklers. Golden Grove fans now finding some voice, Adam.
They certainly are.
Pittman eventually fell into his lap. Snapping ball over the shoulder. It's going to fall to Simon. He's got Pilkington for support. He can eye them up. Dylan Pilkington. He's flushed it. 17 points the margin
And they've kicked 2 goals in red time to give themselves some breathing space.
Just some individual brilliance, really. We saw Verity snap before, and Pilkington's not really known for that, is he? But just one step from 45, just bang. Simon again, he's just drifted forward at the right time, and Pilkington just flushed that nicely. It looks easy, but off one step under pressure, Jack, that is not an easy kick to really flush it off the middle of the boot. Bit of breathing space now for Golden Grove. Pressure back onto Rostrevor. They need a centre clearance. Don't want to let Golden Grove get another one. We might have a slightly longer quarter, like you said as well.
Jad, maybe at 3/4 time, might just get you to keep an eye on Cavallaro in his hand. Obviously, he battled with it a bit last week. Looks like he's just got some ice on it or something like that, giving him some troubles. 17-point ball game. Great fight back from Golden Grove. Rostrevor had all the momentum in this third quarter.
Rostrevor not allowing any momentum now. They've got the spare right in front of Pascoe here. Cannot afford to have another goal scored against them.
Pittman clears. It's brought to ground. DeMatteis. Transfer. Verity drifting into the hole. He's got Tomney on, but the call is to slow it down. Shanked it to Shenton. Transfer's going to be hot on his hammer. Verity steps through some traffic. It's spilled out. He got a kick away. McDonald's there. He got it. Transfer's run him down, but he slipped out of the tackle and got a handball, did McDonald. DeMatteis on the turnover. Murata, he stopped. He didn't mark it. It was a handball receive, Elliott. Wharton just says, I'll send it inside 50. Terrible. This is an awful passage of play in the last minute or so. Baldwin snaps over his shoulder. McCormack in a one-on-one.
Yeah. Exactly what he did in the second quarter, wasn't it, McCormick? He dug his heels in and held the front spot. And the defender was probably just wearing him too tight. I thought the umpire made the right decision there. It looked like he's dragged him to the ground. Clever play by McCormick. And just when you think Golden Grove are landing a punch, Rostrevor, if McCormick can kick this, land one back. Right, be close to 3/4 time.
44 goals for the year, as you can see on screen. And 16 behinds to go with it. So he is accurate, and I have no doubt in my mind he will put this one straight over the goal umpire's hat. He's going to take his time, take his full 30. 17-point ball game. This would set up a grandstand last quarter. Tommy McCormack makes no mistake.
Just what they needed, Rostrevor. They're so good. This is where they're so well drilled. They wrestle the momentum back. They knew they couldn't afford for Golden Grove to get another goal. They had the spare behind. They created the turnover. And I thought the free kick was there. It was good play by McCormick, holding front spot in the marking contest, arms around. And he's normally a dead-eye Dick. 45 goals on the year is a pretty good return as well from him. Let's see what happens here. I reckon Rostrevor will roll the spare defender back. They'll be happy to go in 11 points down at 3/4 time.
Looks like they've got Charles Kemp sitting in the hole. 30.5 minutes gone. 8 goals in this quarter in total. So we could even see this drift into 32, 33 perhaps. Secondary ball up. Both ruckmen couldn't get out of the sandpit. Wharton. He's got the Keith Sims medalist for company. Flicked over the back by Robinson, but it fell to Lim. And there is the three-quarter time siren. 9:10:64 plays 8:5:53. It was 8 goals in total in that quarter. Rostrevor kicking 5 of them. Preliminary final here on Filming Footy. No second chances. A mouth-watering 30 minutes of football coming your way. It is Golden Grove by 11 points.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep. Basically, since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Hundreds of people here for both huddles for Golden Grove and Rostrevor. A massive final quarter coming up. Basically, Rostrevor just want to leave and come back in.
In that final quarter, as for Golden Grove, they were talking a lot about the first half, the first quarter especially, about what they were doing in that quarter and to get back to it, but a massive, massive final quarter coming up, and whoever wins makes the grand final. Everyone knows what's on stake. Back to you guys in the box.
And we're getting inside. Our support for group to keep the pressure on.
9-10, 64, plays 8-5, 53. It is the Golden Grove Kookaburras leading by 11 points. They led by 16 at quarter time, 22 at half time, and Rostrevor had all the momentum before a couple of late goals for Golden Grove. Extended that margin a little bit, but then Tommy McCormack had his second say of the quarter, kicking right on three-quarter time just about. Adam Jeffries, how did you see that third quarter?
Yeah, it was an intense quarter, wasn't it? The pressure went up from both teams, and Rostrevor just do what they do. But what they changed, Jack, is they got more dangerous inside 50, didn't they? As we said, there's an amazing amount of people around the Rostrevor huddle at the moment. They've got it was like 500 supporters. I'm surprised the coach could even address his players. There's that big a huddle there. Feels like a grand final type of crowd here. And it's a fantastic atmosphere. But yeah, full credit to Rostrevor. But like I said, Golden Grove are hanging tough as well. I thought they showed a little bit of toughness themselves, kicking those 2 goals to stretch that margin out. Rostrevor like being behind, Jack. They're happy to come from behind and win these games. But if I'm Golden Grove, I'm pretty happy too, because all they need to do in this last quarter is probably kick 3 goals. They just need to piece together 3 pieces of play, and they can make the grand final next week. So it's going to be a ripping last quarter, Jack. Have a good call.
Port District await the winner here. No second chances. The September tightrope will reach breaking point for either Golden Grove or Rostrevor in half an hour's time. Rostrevor have come from behind 3 times at three-quarter time in this season to win. Only as recently as 2 weeks ago in the elimination final against Sacred Heart. They were down 9 and they had a barnstorming finish, kicking 4 goals to zip in that final term. And we've seen them kick bunches of goals in third and fourth quarters plenty of times over the last 4 or 5 weeks. So they've got it in them. They're fast finishers. There's no roof on this Rostrevor team, but there's grit in this Golden Grove lineup. They have been the second best team all year before last week. 12 on the trot. Do they have the toughness, the balls to hold on to this one? It's over to you, Golden Grove. Bamwell in the thick of it, clean hands. Cavallaro, good to see him out. Spent plenty of time on the bench in that third term. Ball bounced backwards for Collins. Wharton mopped up. Short ball. It's fallen into Dawson's lap. So the first little win of the last quarter went Rostrevor's way. That little fumble there, Adam.
Yep, now they can reload through Dawson. But he's turned the ball over again. A couple of uncharacteristic kicks from him in this match. Doesn't normally waste the ball.
Ominous ball, but Pittman went like a steam train at that ball. And it fell to Ingram in the centre of the ground. And Verity, he's had his say, hasn't he? He's been good. He's got the runner, Xanthopoulos. We saw this in the first half from Golden Grove. That kick's hung up in the air. Dobie, shoot, overrun it. He's going to be involved again here, Dobie. Shoot, turned into some traffic. Dawson held on. Short ball, and they look to execute the switch.
Yeah, they haven't had a lot of luck sometimes going up the line, so they're going to try to go right around the cape and switch the football. And now they've got it out to the far side wing to a one-on-one.
An even one-on-one. Shenton brought it to ground. Pittman, clever handball. The three big dogs involved. Poor handball by Pittman for his standards. The Keith Sims medalist. Cavallaro, time to steady. Dodd, Wharton's there for company. Dodd has time to play on. Laser pass. Over Pascoe's head though. He'll get it on the second attempt. Pascoe!
Just recovered quickly there, didn't he? Like I said, he overcooked the pass to the fat side. I think that's probably one of the things that Pascoe's underrated with is he does recover quickly, hits the ground. And I think Best has done a pretty good job on him today. There have been a lot of one-on-ones. You can see over his head, and he just had a little bit of a stumble there, Best, didn't he? It just gave Pascoe half a step. That's all he needs, and he just took that extra step to compose himself. Goal tally up to 95 for the season.
Jad Gosson on the boundary.
I kept my eye on Cavallaro on that three-quarter time break. He was on the bench for an extended period of time, and again with that hand that bothered him last week, but he took a Panadol and he wrapped it up quite tight. I don't think he's going to miss with a sore hand.
No way will he. The all-important first goal of the last quarter goes the way of the Kookaburras, but Rostrevor, they won't lie down. They won't die wondering, and neither will Cavallaro. Oh, that's cheeky outside of the boot in his own half. They switch now, Golden Grove. Shenton, Horskins is on, but he doesn't go there. He goes to Collins, who dropped the chest mark. A couple of uncharacteristic mistakes from him early in this last term. Got a handball away. Shenton driving with his legs out of congestion. Horskins, Wharton's there, but he kicks. Dodd and Thomas. Looks like Dodd's been swung forward a little bit. Clever tap by Dodd. Banwell fired out a handball. Pascoe over the top of Best, but he did well to bring it to ground.
Did a great job there, Best, to recover and get back. Pascoe's pretty clever when he ducks out the back. Ball just hung in the air long enough. Just a bit sore there, Pascoe as well. A little bit ginger. Maybe he's just throwing a furphy in and he'll just release onto the ball here.
10-10 plays 8-5, 17-point ball game. Still plenty of time in this last term on Filming Footy. Skransky clears. Payne, 2-on-1 for Golden Grove. Brought it to ground. Had time to mop up. 3 Rostrevor players should raffle this off. That would have been a calamity if they brought that to ground.
They've got lots of numbers back here because they cannot afford to let Golden Grove kick another goal here. Golden Grove kicking the first goal has put all the pressure back onto Rostrevor. Yes, they like to come from behind, but one more and then Golden Grove will be able to structure up with some spares behind the footy and make it hard for them to score.
Over to you, Rostrevor Old Collegians. What have you got? 17-point ball game. Butterworth to Dawson. Short ball inside. The player can turn. It's Best. Get it long is the call from the faithful. Ingram coming across. Xanthopoulos with a bit of poise. Rostrevor player down. We'll get you to keep an eye on that, Jad. Looks sore. Dobie. Plays on. Dodd. He'll wheel onto his left boot, but it's all Rostrevor behind the footy, isn't it, Adam? 3-4 spare.
Yeah, they're just trying to bottle this up. Try and cause a turnover in midfield.
They might here. Robinson had Kemp for company. But he did well to hold on to the ball, the big man.
Yeah, it was Lanzoni that went down behind the ball. Very, very sore captain.
Robinson wins it down. Pittman, Horskins, Cavallaro, Simon's away. Pascoe's got a paddock. Shoot coming across. Sensational mark. Miss Swanbury. He gets there before the boundary line. He shrugs off Verity too, does Hayden Swanbury. Nearly ran too far. Kemp flicked it over the top to Swanbury, who arches the back. He's got Baldwin drifting into some space out the back. And Wakeland brought to ground.
Fantastic run by Swanbury though, wasn't it? A couple of the Golden Grove players will be disappointed they didn't wrap him up in the tackle, but great dash, and that's what they need. Now they've got the ball in a dangerous area. They need to kick a goal soon, just to keep this margin tight.
5 minutes gone on the Kieran Hayaketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. Robinson. Tramfer. Doesn't come back, but it didn't make the distance. Ball still alive.
We don't have the depth here, do we? We thought it would well and truly cleared over, and McCormick actually dropped the chest mark in the end. But again, probably good result not rushing it through. I'd rather a stoppage in my forward pocket.
Ball in here, secondary for Rostrevor. Tramfer's lively, he's in again, he shrugs. Right foot snap up the chimney. Comes to ground, who's there? Golden Grove push it through for a minus score. 16 points. Xanthopoulos will just take the sting out of this one momentarily, Adam.
Yeah, it's smart. Just wait for his numbers. I'm trying to isolate Verity here in a one-on-one if I could. They've got him out wide if they want to use him. I think they'll come in that direction now.
They do. Do they have ground representation?
No, it just wasn't a great kick to the advantage side. Went to the wrong side, and they'll go back in as we see the first sign of cramp. It is quite warm, isn't it? Spring weather's hit. And
handball, Swanbury, short ball, Lim.
They'll need to tidy that up though, because once you start cramping, you need to get on top of it.
To the hot spot. Wakeland had a run and jump. Brought to ground. Tramfer got a handball. Mead, left footer. Kick wasn't directed at goal. Does the boundary line beat them? It's kept in. Tommy McCormack, is it? Run down by Shenton.
Holding the ball is called. See Wharton. Let's hope he can shrug that cramp off. They cannot afford to lose him for the remainder of this match.
Did you hear the fans when he got up and he stumbled? They all went, oh.
Everyone's on the edge of their seat here.
Sent shivers down their spine, their star player, in fear that he might be injured. Knocked out of bounds.
Played it well here, Golden Grove. They got the first goal, and now they can just turn the game into a bit of an arm wrestle themselves. They know that Rostrevor now need to turn the cue the other way and just get the game into a bit of momentum and a bit of speed. Golden Grove haven't allowed them to so far.
Ball in, about 80 from Rostrevor's home. Baldwin, left foot ball up the chimney and out of bounds. It's Thomas Bradford, Elliot Murata, a couple of small forwards. Can they get involved as we cross the jad on the boundary?
Yeah, you're right. James Wharton shrugged off the trainer, shrugged off and ran halfway towards the bench, and then that was enough for his cramp to wear off. And he also shrugged off the pickle juice.
You can't shrug off the pickle juice. Niskransky off hands, fired out a handball to the ground. Mead, Banwell with some time. 1-2 from Slater. He can have a bounce. He does have a bounce. Kicks a high up and under, shoots in position 101, and he held on. They've got one on the middle here. It's Lim. Tramfer with Pittman for company. Good spoil, Pittman. Butterworth. Shenton in the hole. Didn't quite reach him for the mark. Horskins, great kick. Hable. He loves this situation. Rostrevor have got a couple of players back. Pascoe over the back. He's got Collins in the goal square. Drilling ball. And Collins will mark in the goal square. How good is that from Lenny Pascoe?
Yeah, that was a great pass. It was a bullet. It had to travel quickly. Otherwise, the defender would have got there. A great transition. They've played this well, Golden Grove. They've had Shenton on his own behind the football, not allowing Rostrevor to score, and all they need is one counter-attack. Don't want to put the mods on him, but if he kicks this, it's going to be a hard work for Rostrevor.
16-point ball game. This for his second of the day, Nick Collins. Valuable role player in Luke Barmby's setup. From the top of the goal square. And they have a 4-goal buffer.
Yeah, it's pretty big, isn't it? I said Rostrevor had a lot of momentum at three-quarter time. Golden Grove showed a touch of class, haven't they? They've just come out composed, they've defended well, they've structured up well behind the ball, and they've had 2 little quick counter-attack goals that have helped them build a pretty handy buffer. But we've written off Rostrevor a few times, haven't we? And they always bounce back. So can they score another goal quickly now to give them some belief?
All of Golden Grove's goal kickers are all of their forwards. They're all getting in on the act. Variety as well. Lanzoni goalless as it stands. I haven't seen that too often from Stefan Lanzoni.
And they haven't relied on Pascoe today either, just the 3 for the full forward.
Butterworth flicked out the back. And speaking of Lanzoni, he's shifted on ball. Collins. Horskins. Chipped over the top. Pittman. Shoveled out a handball to Collins. Hable, he's got Pilkington on short. He marks. Banwell's drifted into space. So is Tomney. And he'll mark 40 from home. And the calls are to slow it down and take your full 30.
Yeah, this might ice the game potentially. I know there's still a long way to go. He's not totally confident. The man on the mark's gone back a little bit too, so he needs to be careful of that. But just great composure by Golden Grove. And Pittman again, you know, doesn't do all the fancy stuff. He went in and went a hard ball there and got a teammate out who was in space.
The Division 1 reserves back-to-back Keith Sims medalist. Declan Tomney. Puts it through! Could we be seeing the Golden Grove Kookaburras into their first Division 1 Grand Final?
It's going to be a long way back now for Rostrevor, so they need to throw caution to the wind now. They don't have time to defend. Margins are irrelevant in finals, Jack. You don't care if you lose by 40 or 4. So they need to just throw caution to the wind now. And there's little aces up their sleeve they've got. They're medium-sized forwards. Lanzoni on the ball. Been in this situation as a coach before. I can play 5 defenders and just zone and maybe throw an extra man forward to the ball. Just see if you can get the next goal.
Haven't seen anyone from Golden Grove go behind the ball just yet. Maybe they're looking for one more to really kill this game. 12 minutes gone in the last term. All 3 goals the way of Golden Grove. Transfer, can they get an instant response? Murata's drifted out the back. But this man does not drop too many of those.
And he's composed himself on this occasion too. Just took the easy pass. Started the game really well, Thatcher, and that was a pretty important mark.
Most intercept marks in the comp, and he's adding to his tally today. Is the Division 1 centre-half back, Aidan Thatcher, having his say in this game. Just taking the sting out of it momentarily here, Golden Grove. McDonald. Down the line. Robinson, Slater, was he held? Not sure. No, said the umpire. Thomas wraps him up. Around the grounds in Division 2, Adam?
Athelston have won promotion, won the preliminary final against Henley. So we'll focus on this game, but we'll see Athelston and Teacher Gully in Division 1 next year.
Transfer didn't have it. Much to Josh Dobie's disgust as he tries to flop for a free kick. Transfer will send it inside 50 again. It's come to ground. Payne, fight out a handball. Cavallaro drills it up the guts, but it's a bit of a pie. Shoot will eat that up. Stepic. Dimitrius overcooked the kick. No one really wanted to mark it. Tomney didn't have it.
Yeah, all the little 50-50 balls going their way now, and they can just play the tempo game, Jack, can't they? They don't need to go fast now. If they can just kill 4 or 5 minutes, it'll be too hard for Rostrevor.
28-point ball game. 14 minutes gone in this last quarter here at Hisense Stadium. Collins. Calls from the bench are to slow it down. I dare say Rostrevor will be screaming at all of their players to get a man because they need the footy back in their hands. Tomney slows it up.
They've gone one-on-one pretty well here now, and they end up in the back pocket.
Long down the line. Robinson, unopposed. Stransky with cramp as well. Robinson bites one off in the centre, the big man. Off hands, Murata, Kemp, Ingram, kept it in front. Dawson head over it. Kicking in danger, says the umpire. Paddy Dawson has it 60 from home.
He'll look to laser a pass inside 50. It's just gone short.
Baldwin, another good user. Tranfer's in a world of space, and he needs to not take his full 30 and just put this through.
Not sure if Coach Barnby wanted Robinson to pick off that ball into the middle of the ground there. And Tranford's kicked it.
He has. There's a pulse.
Just a little pulse there. They played it smartly, Golden Grove, but again, they tried to just play the extra one. Got him on the turnover. He's all business transfer. He's straight back to the centre. He'll be looking for a centre clearance here. If I'm Golden Grove, I'm freeing up Cam Shenton to play loose behind the ball right now. They just don't need Rostrevor to kick another quick one.
Wonder if those Rostrevor fans are believing. 15 and a half minutes gone. Back to 22 points. 12-10 plays 9-6. So 7 more scoring shots for the Kookaburras. 3 straight plays 1-1 in this last term. If they can get one in the next minute or two, it'll make things extremely interesting. Murata, left foot ball. Shenton, as you said, playing a bit spare. Pittman, time to steady. Hable. He's got Dobie working for him, who has Butterworth for company. The kick's inch perfect. Didn't allow the big man to spoil. Dobie. Sells a bit of candy to the big ruckman. Hable sells more candy. The Royal Show was 2 weeks ago. Pascoe off hands. Sockers it to Pilkington. Can he shovel out a handball? He cannot. Umpire says ball up.
Dobie's copped a huge corky as he got bumped on that last one. Not what he needs. Yeah, it was a big bump and sometimes just an accidental corky almost. We've got a free kick here paid, but it's going to Rostrevor. So can they move the ball quickly with 8 or 9 minutes to go in this game?
It's with Thomas. Shoot. Good spoil. No. Umpire says he held on to it.
It's been good shooting this last quarter, hasn't he? He's taking a lot of marks at half-back.
Bites one off. Changes the angle slightly. Kemp brought to ground. Horskins did well to not let that ball come out.
Just need to kill any momentum now, don't they, Golden Grove? Just for the next 2 or 3 minutes, get some repeat stoppages. I'll be rolling a spare behind the ball, and you can see Shenton doing that right now. No, he's freed up Thatcher.
Umpire's called a block to Robinson and Golden Grove. Cavallara's drifting into some space. Pascoe has separation. Best flies off hands. Cavallaro!
Not quite the sealer there from Cavallaro, but it is getting desperate now for Rostrevor. They need to move the ball quickly. Jad on the boundary.
Yeah, plenty of work being done here on the benches for different cramps and a lot of players stretching for that. But Dobie getting worked on his corky as well as Butterworth. A bit winded in the last context. He's just having a bit of a break, getting his breath back.
Shoot. They turn it over here, Rostrevor. They're away. They have Niskransky on this near side wing. It's going to get to him.
Overlap.
They get it. Lanzoni fumbled. Has time to steady. McCormack marks. He's got 2 players over the top. He goes there. Boxer will goal. 18 and a half minutes gone in this last term, and it is 17-point margin.
Just don't go away ever, Rostrevor, do they? You think Golden Grove are going to kill the game, and they kick 2 quick goals. So good transition there. Good play by McCormack as well. He didn't take any time, get the easy one. Now it's a big centre bounce, isn't it? We've seen Tranfer insert himself into the centre bounce in this second half. Good to see Dobie up and running. That was a nasty corky. If they get through, we have plenty of ice bars this week, I reckon. But yeah, here we go. If I'm Golden Grove, I'm manning up on Tranfer. He's the man that will go and get this ball.
Is that his say in this last quarter, hasn't he, Adam? He's really tried to will his team back into it.
He's at the centre bounce and he's trying to drift forward and create that overlap, and he's done it twice, scoring one himself.
Mead, Wharton, Tranfer, Pittman, Pilkington, McKelvey. Tranfer, Soccer, didn't go very far. Wharton mops up. Handball over the top. Niskransky, good ball. Lim has Payne for company. Can he take possession? No.
Just need to keep pressing here, Rostrevor. If they get another goal quickly, there'll still be 5 or 6 minutes for them to score 2 goals. Good to see Dobie back on the ground.
He's tough as nails. He won't be down with the corky. They've got Dawson free off the back of this contest here, Adam Rostrevor.
They'll be hoping to
Might
get
get
the ball.
there too.
Yep, here we go.
Mead shrugs off. Pittman inside 50. McCormack. Good work, McDonald. Verity, clever flick over the back. McDonald has no one to kick to but grass. It's going to stay in. Bounce is good for Hable. Couldn't quite mop it up. They recharge and reset and reload Rostrevor. Thatcher kills it out of bounds.
Yeah, big spoil there.
We're into red time here.
Need to throw all caution to the wind now. Hit the football with some speed. Look to get an arm over the shoulder. Break through some tackles.
Niskansky's drifted forward. We're going to see Cavallaro manning him up though. Out of the ruck, they grab it. Handball to ground. Verity. Did he dispose of it correctly? Rostrevor fans on the outer side say no.
It's the umpire paid here. We've got another ball up, have we? We see some sore boys. Dobie's down again behind the play. It is a free kick to Rostrevor.
Boxer played on.
Ooh.
No one knew what was happening there.
Yeah, there was a swarm of players down there. We couldn't quite see what the call was. Geez, if Boxer had kicked that, it would have been game on, Jack. But they just dodged a little bullet there, Golden Grove. Looks like they've gone into pure defensive mode. Cavallaro is going to take the kick out.
It's in the hands of the right man. Horskins is free. He's going to go to the contest. Dodd and Stepik. This is a big battle. Stepik got front position. .22 minutes gone. Precious seconds tick by. Tramford's there. Wraps up Pilkington. Ball up.
Without doing much, Golden Grove, they've quietly just killed a couple of minutes, which is what they really needed to do. It's going to be very hard now for Rostrevor to kick 3 in a matter of 3 or 4 minutes only.
Butterworth flicked it over the back. Dodd clears. Valuable meters. Hable. Was it a push? No. Shoot was clever. Dawson drives it back inside 50. Wakeland flies. Good spoil. Boxer shrugged off 1 and 2. Snaps it to McCormack. Xanthopoulos doesn't rush it through. Goes out of bounds.
And they've got a ball in, which is probably better than a rush behind. He's got a sore wrist, shoulder. Boxer's been carrying that since the 3rd quarter.
I think he got crunched after he kicked it too,
Yeah,
so it would make things hard.
He'll be a sore boy tonight, but he won't care if they can get a quick goal here.
Do they have something left? Rostrevor. Verity mops up. Xanthopoulos has no one to kick to, so he's forced to stop and prop. They've worked this well. Cavallaro, Hable. The pressure valve just releases momentarily.
Yeah, great exit kick there by Cavallaro.
And he's worked hard to get one over the top here.
Yeah, that's great work right by him. And again, it's just about time now, Jack. It's just killing the clock. There'd only be 3 or 4 minutes to go. 3-goal buffer.
16-point ball game. Golden Grove have led for the entirety, but it's been an exciting contest. Have we seen the roof and the ceiling placed on Rostrevor in their 2025 campaign? It's with Simon now, who he just grabs his hamstring. Slight bit of cramp maybe. McDonald, he's held his own today, the young fella. 3rd game of A-grade footy. Taking on one of the best attacks in Division 1. Down the line. Robinson brought to ground. Kemp has some space. Tramfer, he's got one on. It's Mead. He's a left footer. He eyes up the sticks, but it's not on target. And Shenton will have a last touch inbound kick. Valuable seconds tick by.
Old school by Shenton, claiming a bit of cramp there on the post. Just kill a few seconds.
Let his teammates drift across the outer side.
Yeah, smart veteran play there. Just get some numbers, kill the clock. They played it pretty well, Golden Grove.
There can't be long left. There has been 5 goals in this quarter. Verity soars, punched out of bounds.
It's been pretty warm out there today, hasn't it? Spring weather's hit, and you can see both teams really out on their feet at the moment. Not sure if Rostrevor have got one more punch in them.
83 plays 67. Wharton trying his guts out. Butterworth hacks the soccer forward. It's clean bowled a few players. Lim, can he take possession? Fires out a handball. Transfer for number 3.
Got it.
Wow. Okay.
It's all business transfer straight back to the centre. They would know how long to go, and there's no real urgency, so there may only be under 2 minutes to go. But if there's under 2 minutes to go and they get a centre clearance and a goal here, Jack, anything can happen. And again, we say it about Rostrevor, they just don't go away. Cavallaro has been sensational in this second half. Thought he was maybe a little bit quiet by his standards. There doesn't seem to be a lot of panic on the Golden Grove bench, to be honest, though, Jack. So maybe they know something we don't with the time. I'm surprised Lanzoni's come to the bench. You want your skipper out there, who's a guy that can score a goal, and he set up that last goal. So interesting interchange by Rostrevor there. Golden Grove rolling the numbers back. Rostrevor trying to man them all up. Centre clearance needed here.
10-point ball game. They clear Golden Grove. Pascoe in a one-on-one. Ball sits up. Pascoe, snapping ball around the corner. Can it bounce for McKelvey? Shoot's going to get there first, I think. He keeps it in. Plays live. McKelvey, try over the line.
So we just got where there's about just over 2 minutes to go, Jack. So it was a big centre clearance, wasn't it? It's going to be hard now for Rostrevor to get the ball out of this area. They need to take the punt and get some players away from the ball and get them forward of the ball. There's no point hack kicking it back into the Golden Grove numbers. They need to roll the dice here and maybe throw another player forward.
Looks like they're cutting off the corridor too, Golden Grove. Best, third man up. Only as far as Jake Pittman.
Smart play by Pittman, not releasing that ball out. He knows even if he gets done holding the ball, that's okay. They can set up behind.
Ball up, Golden Grove's 50. Cavallaro, Hable, escapes. Short ball, not 15. Stepic was hot onto it.
But again, just killing valuable seconds here, Golden Grove. Just by winning little contests. Rostrevor need to get the ball out of here in the next 10 seconds. They haven't found the getaway that they want.
Swanbury.
Here we go.
Turns out of the phone box. Sends it straight up the gut. This is a big one-on-one.
Thatcher just when they needed it. But what's he done? He's...
Terrible kick. Baldwin kicks a torp down the middle. How does it bounce? Positively for Rostrevor. Boxer wins the foot race, but he's pushed under it. Wakeland handballed it to no one in particular. Slater mopped up. McDonald, they're searching for the boundary line, and they get it. What does the umpire say?
They typically don't play deliberate out of bounds in the Adelaide Footy League, and I think the Golden Grove bench knew that. He just ran it out.
The Golden Grove runners signalling 1 minute.
They just need to kill 10 seconds here and they'll be fine, Golden Grove. If Rostrevor get a goal quickly, it should be a big centre clearance.
This has been a classic prelim. Transfer, he's already kicked 3, 2 in this quarter. Missed his teammate there. Baldwin wrapped up by Banwell. Another 5 seconds killed. Every tackle, Golden Grove fans are going bananas.
Rostrevor need a third man up here. They don't want it in close. They need the ball in space. They've got it.
Swanbury, Nisgransky, or Lim, one of you. Boxer, kick smothered. Off Thatcher's knee.
What's he paid? Hasn't
Ball
paid.
Ball in.
Might have dodged a bullet there, Golden Grove. I thought it came off his shin. And that they're going to...
So Tommy McCormack thinks it's his kick, but the umpire did signal ball in.
Might have dodged a bullet there, Golden Grove. Again, they just need to kill some valuable seconds here. Rostrevor need a third man up. They need to get the ball into space.
It's Wakeland. Can he take possession? It's come out. Stepic steps through. McKelvey crunches Lim.
We've got so many numbers around the ball now. It's going to be really hard. Yeah, maybe it was the right call. Maybe it did come off Thatcher's knee, which is not last touch.
Robinson, Butterworth, Cavallaro clears. Can he get there first? Pascoe, he can. Clever, seeks the boundary, gets the boundary.
Might have just done enough now, Golden Grove. They've kept coming, haven't they, Rostrevor? But they've just eaten up valuable seconds. There can't be long to go now.
They've killed this game perfectly, Golden Grove. They're nearly there. Lim, is there one final twist in the tail? He's kicked it out on the full, Ryan Lim.
Players out on their feet now as well. It's been a big effort with all those stoppages, tackle, chase, desperation. And I think that's probably the ball game.
Who better to have it in the hands of than Cameron Shenton? We've ticked into 30 minutes. Can you believe it? It's long. A hush rings over Hisense. Dodd. History has been made. The Golden Grove Kookaburras, in their second season in Division 1, reach the Division 1 Grand Final in a historic preliminary final win over Rostrevor Old Collegiates. Take a bow, Luke Barmby and his men.
Yeah, well done to Golden Grove. Thoroughly deserved, started the game fast. Rostrevor did their thing and came back. They just ate up enough seconds, didn't they, late in that game. Players from both teams out of their feet. It was a classic game of football, great atmosphere here at Hisense Stadium today as well. Both teams going really, really hard at it. But yeah, Golden Grove, like I said, they've come back well this year. Look at their season, they got bundled out in an elimination final at home last year. And the defensive side of their game for mine is what's improved. You can see Coach Boots there for Rostrevor. He'll be bitterly disappointed, but once the dust settles, he'll know that he's done a pretty amazing job this year, coming up from Division 2 and falling short in the prelim of Division 1 by 10 points. They just left too much for too late, didn't they? They just needed to get that first goal of the last quarter. Golden Grove did what they need to do and then ate up the valuable seconds. A lot of respect for Rostrevor, how they just kept going. But Golden Grove, in the end, we spoke about a pre-match, didn't we, Jack? We said that Rostrevor are probably only capable of kicking between 70 and 80, and that's exactly what happened. And Golden Grove just kicked enough, didn't they? Just enough firepower. Without Pascoe having a big day either, I think that's a good sign for them as well. Shared the love around in the forward line. 83 points will get the job done against Rostrevor, and it's done that.
They certainly have. What a classic preliminary final. If you're looking at it on paper, Golden Grove led for the majority. They kicked the first of the afternoon and they did not look back. Wire to wire, they led. Pascoe, this was the last quarter where he drilled a ball into Nick Collins. They led by 16 at quarter time, 22 at half time, 11 points at three-quarter time. And they did what they needed to do in the last quarter, Adam. They kicked the first three. Rostrevor, they kicked the last three. And it's a 10-point ball game that we see here at Hisense Stadium in an absolute classic preliminary final in Division 1. And Port District, well, first versus second.
So we've
They've
got
been
Port
the two
District's
best teams all year.
Golden Grove in the A's and B's, which is good as well. Doesn't bring as big a crowd in, does it, with the extra club? But what it does is there's players coming back and forth from the B's to A's. Both teams will put their best team up front, and it's going to be a pretty special day. So commiserations to Rostrevor. Well done to Golden Grove.
And Jad Gosson is on the boundary with the Archies, best on ground. Take it away, Jad.
Filming Footy Bean as well as $50 Gullies voucher. Well played, mate. You're in the grand final. How's that sound?
It's been a battle all year. It's a great feeling, honestly. I'm a bit stuffed to talk right now, but what a feeling. First A1 grand final for the boys, so we're looking forward to it.
No, well played and well said. Rostrevor, they never gave up all day. No matter how well you played, they're always within those 3-4 goals and just pushed you right to the end. And for your team, you never give up. And what's the mentality? Just keep pushing right to the final bell.
Yeah, well, even when we had that lead in the first half, we knew they were always going to come. They're a tough side. We respect them a lot. So, we just had the mentality out. We've got to keep playing 4 quarters and just keep the pressure on. It's finals footy, so we play hard and ended up getting the job done.
Congratulations on a fantastic effort for yourself, but also the team. We'll see you next week in the grand final. It's going to be a big week for you guys. And, congrats again.
Thank you very much.
No worries. That's Michael Cavallaro with a fantastic performance in Golden Grove. Very excited for next week.
That is Michael Cavallaro, the winner of the Archie's Best on Ground. And it's silence at ground level at the moment, but just wait and hear this roar as Golden Grove enter the change rooms. Into a grand final. The Golden Grove Kookaburras go marching on in September.
Well done to Cavallaro as well. He was there early in the game when his team needed him. He was there late, wasn't he? He's playing under a little bit of duress as well. Golden Grove go marching into the grand final.
This was Finn Wakeland's second of the game, I think, Adam.
He finished with 3, didn't
sure,
he?
But yeah.
It was early on. And he got the set shot going, didn't he? He had a wobbly on the first one, then kicked his next 3. This is early in the game. Pascoe only kicked the 3 goals today, so up to 95. Can he kick the... We'll have to talk about that afterwards. That'll be a big talking point. 5 goals needed. Grand final day. I'll be interested to see. So if he is going to get it next week, it's obviously going to happen relatively late in the game. And if it's tight, I think the Golden Groves will be asked to keep their supporters off the ground so the players can concentrate on the game. That'll be interesting to see. Jack, there's a little bit of a side note to the chase for 100 for Pascoe. 5 goals needed in the grand final. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure Pascoe wants people interrupting the game. I think he wants to win the game.
Yep.
And he can celebrate the fact later. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting byplay, won't it, during the week.
Jad Gosson has joined us in the commentary box. And Jad, goodness me, what a game of footy we saw. How did you see it from ground level, mate? History's made for the Kookaburras, first Division 1 grand final.
Yeah, unreal game of footy, a high level, high quality match, which you would expect in a preliminary final. And yeah, the Golden Grove fans were loud. Rostrevor were loud, almost louder. And a massive crowd here. Thousands of people, I'd say.
Yeah, at least 1,000. They could have even pushed 2,000 people here. And Michael Cavallaro, the best on ground. Just talk us through that one, mate.
He was stuffed at the end. We couldn't breathe. He was very excited as well, of course, to make the grand final. And it sounded like he was almost not relieved, but proud of his team for making it. He said it was a massive year. We know about the story. They started slow, won that 13 in a row. Now they get another crack at Port District.
I think something that needs to be mentioned as well, and it's something that I know you've touched on it a couple of times, Adam. I haven't sort of brought it up too much, but how courageous is this team? They come in wounded, they come in battered. They're missing arguably their best player through suspension, and they're into a Division 1 grand final. And they lost a couple of players from last year, Louis Johnston and 1 or 2 others.
I think we all thought when the Glen suspension was handed down that it was going to be maybe hard for Golden Grove to get through.
I'll put a line through him.
Yeah, I think he's a big piece. But what it does is it does galvanise your team. And I think this is where Coach Barmby deserves a little bit of credit himself. They've created this better team atmosphere. I thought watching Golden Grove last year, they had 5 or 6 superstar players. But they didn't always defend as a team, and they weren't always gritty. This year they've been gritty, and they've defended better. And if you defend and you've got firepower like Pascoe and that in the front half, you're going to win games of football, aren't they? So well done to Golden Grove. They thoroughly deserve the position they've in. I like what they did in the middle of the season. They just tweaked their game style a little bit. And now they're in the Division 1 grand final. It's going to be a tough ask next week. But if there's one team capable of knocking off Port Districts, I think it's Golden Grove.
Who did you think were some of the better players for Rostrevor today, Jad?
Yeah, so that had plenty of good players as well. It was definitely a toss-up. I liked Lim early. I liked Wakeland with his goals, and Boxer never stopped trying. Tranfer, of course, that ball in the midfield was unreal as well. And Dawson in defence, as per usual. It was just an unreal effort from Rostrevor. They would be disappointed. They played very, very well, and they could have beat most teams on their day. But Golden Grove, too professional in the end. They had a bit of a scare at some moments. It got down to, I think, 5 points, the lowest margin. And just Golden Grove found a way to win. But Rostrevor, they'll be from Division 2 premiers, making a prelim. They'll still be relatively happy with their season despite today's result. A very good effort here, and such a good quality game, as I mentioned already, high quality Division 1 footy.
I think there's one thing we can bet on for next week as we see the little grand final graphic. We'll have it live on Filming Footy next week. Port District taking on Golden Grove at Norwood Oval on Matchday Live. I think there's one thing that we can bet on, Adam. The score will not be 12-11, plays 11-7. It will be a low-scoring grudge match next week.
Yeah, we saw it last week in the second semi. We'll see what the conditions bring. But Port Districts don't want to shoot out, do they, against
No
Golden
way.
Grove? I think it's going to be a titanic arm wrestle, similar to what we saw at the Glenunga Port Districts game last year. It's not going to be high scoring. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be contested. Nord Oval's a smaller oval than here as well. Provides more contests. So who does that suit? Can suit either team. Because Golden Grove have got the firepower just to put enough score on the board as well to keep the game interesting, so can't wait.
I think one thing that I'm sure there would have been plenty of Port District people here having a watch of the game and scouting whoever opponent it was, and it turns out to be Golden Grove. I think the one thing that they will try and do next week is to not let Golden Grove get into the acres and acres of space that we saw on countless times on the switch and changing the angles and things like that. So just any thoughts and comments around that one, Adam?
Yeah, like I said, that is Golden Grove's best play, and they did it a bit in the first half, but the arm wrestle game suits them as well. I thought they played it well in the last quarter. They've got great stoppage players like Pittman, and they've got other forwards that can bob up as well. So, yeah, it's a 50-50 ball game. Really impressed with Golden Grove. The week off is nice for Port Districts, and they'll get Haynes back as well. We think they won't be resting him in the grand final, so they'll be strengthened from their team last week. Golden Grove will be banged up, but it's local footy. Book the week off work, get in the ice bath. They'll be fine, and they'll be raring to go. No excuses next Saturday afternoon.
The goal kickers on the day, there was an even spread for a lot of both teams, actually. Banwell, Collins, Verity with 2. Lenny Pascoe, as we touched on, kick 3s on 95. McKelvey, Pilkington and Tomney with 1. And for Rostrevor, all multiples. Wakeland, Boxer and Transfer all kick 3. You don't see that too often, do you? And Tommy McCormack bobbed up with 2. And the final score is Golden Grove 12-11-83, plays 11-7-73. Golden Grove winning by 10 points there. Before we do sign off, we'd love to thank our sponsors for bringing you, the viewer, this broadcast each and every single week here on Matchday Live. High Five E-Bikes, Jag Meatworks, Kimberley Resorts, Custom by ITC, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, Archies, and of course, Filming Footy. Thanks to John Douglas for making sure that this broadcast happens each and every single week. Thanks to you two. Thanks to Sir James Moody, Hugo, and Yushin, the production team behind the scenes, bringing you all the great pictures and graphics that you're seeing this afternoon. Gents, an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait for next weekend. Should be an absolute cracker at Norwood Oval.
Yeah, good call, Jack. Well called today. It was a great game of footy, and certainly looking forward to the grand final.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week. Already thinking about it, and can't wait to see what happens.
Make sure you catch the wrap-up of the entire Division 1, the entire Adelaide Footy League, should I say, covering all divisions. Division 1, Division 2, and I think Division 7 you're stepping in for tomorrow, Jad, so make sure you keep your eyes tuned on that. We'll have all the promotions, all the relegations, everything's finalised, all your grand finalists on Between the Post, and much anticipated return of the father of the footy show, Tommy Javor, will be back on Between the Posts, and just a shout out to you, TJ. Obviously, what you've been through over the last sort of few months, mate. Absolutely can't wait to be back in the chair with you. And I'm going to let you take over tomorrow, mate. I'm sure you've got an absolute book of things that you want to say about the Adelaide Footy League. And thanks for tuning in every single week. Gents, I think that's just about all we've got time for here. And how about we throw to the club song? What do you reckon?
Yeah, well done to Golden Grove.
It was the Golden Grove Kookaburras winning an absolute classic preliminary final by 10 points over Rostrevor, and a massive commiserations to Rostrevor. Sensational season back in Division 1 to reach a preliminary final. Knock off 2 exceptional teams in Sacred Heart and St. Peter's. Cannot be discounted. I'm sure we'll see you in the finals next year. But for now, Golden Grove by 10 points, and here is the club song, which I'm sure they are belting out.